Jackson.
All right, Jared, say hi to everybody. Hey, everybody on Facebook, welcome to election coverage. Just finalizing some things before we begin. Congressman Devin Nunes will be joining us. Jared?
Yeah.
Get warmed up. Get the vocal cords ready to go.
I am. I'm drinking soda. We're getting lubed up.
Ready to go. All right, so Biden wins Virginia. Sanders wins Vermont.
Which one are you?
Huh? I'm looking at CNN.
I'm looking at the sticker.
All right, folks, we'll be on it live in about 3 minutes.
Make sure you're watching the phone.
Okay, you watch the phone.
What do you need a picture of? I won't do that one. One's like hella old.
Dude, that's his newest. That's the only one I ever seen.
It's not his newest one.
All right, so
Who will win tomorrow?
And let me tell you something. The establishment is getting very, very nervous.
Special Super Tuesday election coverage starts tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Where can you win on Tuesday?
Well, I think we win in North Carolina. I think we can win in Georgia. I think is Georgia Tuesday? I think
no, Georgia's not Tuesday.
We win here in Alabama. No, it's not Tuesday. I misspoke. But anyway, I think we can win in the upcoming states. I think we can win most of the southern states. We're in contention, including in Texas. It's going to be very hard to make up the ground in California, but I think we can make up a lot of ground in California.
Well, we're like Joe Biden there. We don't know when the election is. It's tomorrow. It's Thursday.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Guillermo, I gotta say, Thursday has never showed up this quick. I swear yesterday was Monday, and I wake up today and everyone's talking about Happy Thursday.
Hey,
Wasn't yesterday Monday?
Yesterday was today because our local Channel 47, you sent this to me, already had the election results.
So here's the thing, guys. I was up at crackhead hours because it was an election. So I'm up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. Look, and here's the thing. I know our polls don't close till 8, but I'm up here looking at results like, oh, I'm going to imagine I might see some results at 5 in the morning. And you would think I was on crack because when I went to KC24, they had results.
At like
5:30 this morning.
So apparently they have a lot of Russians working for them.
The results were very good for us, though.
Yeah,
the results
they were.
The results had Dyer winning it outright. It had Alonzo winning it outright. If those end up being the true results, I'm not going to be complaining.
Amen to that. All right, we do have some breaking news here. Fox projects, and CNN as well, Biden will win Virginia. Sanders leads in Vermont. And Sanders, it's a little scary if he's just leading in his home state.
That's where his summer home is. And yes, I guess that is going to be a little bit dangerous.
Jairus, who said from day one that Joe Biden was going to be the nominee? Who said Joe Biden was going to be the nominee?
Well, the problem with that is he hasn't secured the nomination, so I don't think we can go out there and say you're 100% right yet.
You guys were really
okay.
You were ready to put me in the grave, like you're ready to put Joe Biden in a nursing home. But Joe Biden looks like...
I was ready to put you in a grave when he came in here with that Spanish "I voted" sticker.
Yeah, I do.
By the way, they didn't do this in Clovis because we're real Americans. Explain this. Explain it.
I got "Ya voté," which means I voted.
Okay.
Did I vote twice? I didn't vote twice. Oh. Even though technically in Fresno County that would be somewhat legal because people got 2 ballots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow.
But you have the English I voted on, which is good. So those are the results so far coming out that we have. Virginia goes to Joe Biden. Vermont, Sanders is leading there. Coming up 30 minutes, we're going to go, and that will be North Carolina, which will have their polls closing. So you definitely want to stick around for that. Did you want to get to the fact that California could be the next Iowa? Did you want some of that news as well?
No. I want to talk about what Joe Biden did. A week ago today, Joe Biden was okay. Great, you won. A week today. Look, I'm getting my days all mixed up.
Come on, Joe.
Come on, Joe. I swear.
All this caffeine is causing this early dementia for you, brother.
Up. No, a week ago today, last week ago today. Joe Biden.
Last week ago today.
You know what I mean.
This is going to be a long night.
It's going to be a long night. Last week, Joe Biden, everybody was telling me, Guillermo, just face it. Bernie Sanders is on his way. Joe Biden has been, it really hasn't been him. The DNC has cleared the way for Joe Biden. Today needs to be a big night for Joe Biden. Who's going to have the majority lion's share of the delegates? It's going to be Sanders. I'll be honest with you. Remember, you have to pass 15% threshold in California to be able to take, 441 delegates. But Joe Biden tonight being able to win another state. Remember, this is only the second state he's ever won running for president of the United States. Only the second state. Joe Biden doesn't really need to win the vast majority of the 14 states. He just needs to do enough damage to be relevant.
Well, and we got this report today. His campaign is really focusing on, I call them little pockets of South Carolina, which are conservative states that have pockets of black Democratic voters. His campaign spending $1.5 million in ad buys, which I didn't even know they had that much money, but $1.5 million in ad buys in the states following Super Tuesday, that being Missouri, Mississippi, and then obviously a little bit out of the South, Michigan. These are states, as it says here in Politico, that have a black population, not as much as South Carolina, but he could on a smaller scale replicate that and build up the delegates, because tonight, and I said this before too, you got to win more than one state. He's getting his butt.
Two. Is this two? Let me be.
Okay.
He's winning two. Joe Biden. Hey, it's Joe Biden. He's a little senile. He might think that's like 30. He might think he just won the presidency. It's Joe Biden. Come on, the guy's not with it.
Joe Biden is writing his farewell speech right now. He thinks he's won. He's had 2 inaugurations. He's had everything. He's writing his farewell speech right now. And someone's in there like, sir, you didn't even win the nomination yet. Calm down.
Yeah, it's okay. We are going to have very shortly on the line with us Congressman Devin Nunes, our very own all-star Congressman Devin Nunes. You've been on Devin Nunes' podcast how many times?
You gotta, like 4 or something like that. 3 or 4.
3 or 4. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't get invited to.
I can't remember
to the Congressman's podcast.
No,
Anyhow,
no.
we're going to have him
you
on.
get invited to Soria's watch parties. You get invited to.
Hey, she's got vegan food
Yeah,
tonight.
so by the
She's got
way,
vegan
you're
food.
selling your soul because they're going to have vegan food.
Oh, my gosh. I'm not selling my soul. Listen, I'm going to go.
And here's the thing.
I'm going to go to Bernie's watch party eventually later on tonight, Mike Bloomberg's watch party. I'm going to be at Jerry Dyer's watch party, Esmeralda Soria's watch party. That's what we do here. It's unmatched. No other radio station, Jairus. That's how we beat the competition. I'm gonna take the listeners right into these parties.
What? None of these people want to go into Esmeralda's party.
Oh my
all right?
gosh! Anyhow, Jairus, that's
all I'm saying.
Let's get back on task here. Joe Biden. I think he's going to have a sufficient tonight. I think Joe Biden is going to do enough damage to just really be a thorn in Bernie Sanders' side tonight. Bernie Sanders obviously is going to win the lion's share. Joe Biden doesn't need to win the lion's share. He just has to be propped up like Weekend at Bernie's. Literally. He just needs to be propped up because they're going to take it the rest of the way.
I've seen those memes where the two guys, on one side is Pete,
like this,
the other side is Amy, and then in the middle is Joe. That's kind of what this is.
Yeah.
And, I mean, when you think about it, you're right, Joe. If he doesn't have to come out and win any of these states, but you have to think Bernie's in the lead right now with the delegate count. If Bernie takes the lion's share of California and Bernie takes the lion's share of Texas, where does that leave Joe?
Well, Joe, you do know this. At least the Democrats are not ageist. We know they're sexist. They're not ageist because Joe Biden technically is the youngest male candidate. Joe Biden.
That's right.
Did you know that? He's the youngest male candidate.
Yes. That's the hottest thing they got going for him.
He's young.
Joe Biden.
He's going to get the young vote.
Yeah.
Joe Biden.
Well,
he's young. He's the youngest candidate.
I can tell you this much.
Male.
Okay, I can tell you this much. If you were ever around to vote yes or no on segregation, you're not young. Let's just make that very clear.
I'm just giving you the facts, buddy. I'm just giving you the facts.
Okay, but if you were able to vote anyway on segregation, segregation has not been on the ballot in quite a while. I must say. So, yeah.
Well, I think it's going to be an okay night for Joe Biden.
So you don't think Bernie wraps it up tonight?
No, gosh, no. I don't believe Bernie. No, Bernie Sanders is not going to wrap it up.
I don't
tonight.
either. That's just what.
Here's what all the Republicans need to be happy about tonight. If you're looking at the presidential race, the Democrats are headed to craptacularville in a hurry. Bernie Sanders wins, you're going to have the establishment and moderate wing of the party just going at the liberal left. If Bernie Sanders does not win tonight, the lion's share, then you're going to have the progressive socialist crazies. They're going to be so upset that the DNC and the establishment are taking it away from them. Either way you look at it, the Democrat infighting is really about to begin. And if you're a conservative and a Trump supporter, you just sit back, grab a bag of popcorn and just enjoy the next couple of hours and the next couple of days.
Grab a bud?
Well, we don't support that, but
we don't.
Yeah.
It's election night. Live a little bit.
Yeah,
grab some popcorn, grab a bud. Now, here's what's going to be very interesting throughout the night. And can I make a it's not even that bold of a prediction, all right? Because we're common sense, sexy Americans on this program.
Yeah.
But can I make a prediction?
Make a prediction, Jairus.
Tonight, Pocahontas is getting out the race.
No, I don't think so.
Absolutely.
I don't think so.
Now, let me tell you why Pocahontas is getting out of the race. Number one, she's not projected to win any state. Is she even projected to do the top two in any state? Not really. There aren't any states later on down the calendar. At least Joe Biden's campaign, they've got little pockets of South Carolina, conservative states with black Democrat voters. At least Joe Biden has that to look forward to. Bernie has his momentum to constantly look forward to. What state, what pocket of states is Elizabeth Warren waiting for? She's won nothing.
Wait, did you mention her home state of Massachusetts?
She's scheduled to lose that. What are you talking about? Bernie's giving her a run for her money.
Bernie can't even close out Vermont, it looks like.
Warren is gonna. Oh, come on.
He's going to win Vermont. I know. I just like throwing something.
But I'm telling you right now, Elizabeth Warren, take it to the bank, which won't exist if any of those people.
You've never said that before.
Take it to the bank. Warren, by the end of the night, I'm not going to say by the time we get off air, because California likes to count real slow. But by the time everything is said and done, Elizabeth Warren out of this race. Now, the real question becomes, who does she endorse? Or does she endorse?
I'm not sure. Congressman Devin Nunes coming up a little bit later. Larry Elder, stay tuned here to our coverage of Super Tuesday, only the way we can do it. And later on this evening, I will be at campaign parties. I will be at Jerry Dyer's campaign party. I will be at Esmeralda Soria's. I will be hopefully at Bernie Sanders' campaign office, Mike Bloomberg. Keep it right here. We're going late into the night, as long as it takes to get you some results here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED. is here. Super Tuesday, not Super Thursday, right?
Again, Guillermo, I'm still trying to figure out. Yesterday was Monday, and now it's Thursday. I guess there was an executive action, and we just got rid of those other days. It's
There you
Monday,
go.
Thursday now.
Man, we got such a treat for you. Congressman Devin Nunes joins us live right now. Congressman,
Hey guys, how you doing?
we're living we're so excited. This is our Super Bowl, Congressman.
Yeah, and we are doing pretty good because we have Congressman Nunes on our
that's true,
we're
that's
doing
true.
pretty good. Yeah.
Well, I'm in the swamp. I'm driving down the street. At least I can see the Washington Monument. But other than that, it's a typical day in the swamp.
Oh man, well we wish you were back home over here.
Praying for you in the swamp.
Yeah,
there,
no kidding.
Congressman.
You need all the prayers you can get. How big is tonight, Congressman? The Democrats look like they're just going to beat each other up no matter how this goes. What are you hearing and what are you thinking?
Well, look, I think the Bernie Sanders effect is going to be critically important. Every Democrat, main establishment, moderate, that's not for Bernie Sanders, they've ganged up on him. And I've been saying that the Democratic Party is the party that caught the car, like the dog that caught the car.
Yeah.
Because when you look at what they've been doing, free everything for anyone and everyone, it's not workable. When you don't have the issues on your side and you don't have real things to campaign on, then you switch to, well, we lost because of Russians, right?
Yeah.
So they've been promising all of this for many years, and many of them believe this. It's really about power at any cost.
Congressman,
It's not.
Congressman Devin Nunes, let me ask you this. Do they really believe the Russia? I mean, we know they're throwing it out there, but do they, you look into their eyes, do they really believe it?
No. But, well, they never have believed it, but this is what I'm saying. This is when you get to this brand and type of people that want power, the Democratic Party ceased to be itself, and now they're full of a bunch of socialists, communists, authoritarians, totalitarians. They'll just make it up as they go. They don't really have an overriding political philosophy. They just want the power, and they're going to take it at all costs. So, you could have some that actually do believe it, but I think for the most part, they knew it was a lie from the beginning, but then they lied enough times that then they just start to believe their own lies. And that's essentially what's happened to the Democratic Party. So you're asking me what's going to happen tonight. Bernie Sanders is by far the guy that's winning and leading, and we'll see if they've done everything since the South Carolina primary to prop Sleepy Joe back up and try to rescue something tonight.
Yeah, that's very true.
And look, that's what's going to be interesting to watch is where do these delegate counts fall out at.
Let me ask you this question. One of the theories is let's just go ahead and fight socialism. Let's go ahead and let's have the showdown. Sanders versus President Trump. Capitalism versus socialism and communism. Would you like to see that showdown and to just get it over with? My theory is they're going to pop out even more. They're going to say, oh, he was old. Let's get a young socialist to do it, like AOC. What would you like? You want to see that battle now?
Well, look, I think it's a sad day. It's been horrible for the Democratic Party. It's just, that the socialists have become this powerful.
Yeah.
So, I don't, you got to sometimes be careful look, short-term political gain, obviously having crazy Bernie Sanders as their nominee is great for Republicans. Okay? I mean, it really is.
Yeah.
But I'm not so sure that Sleepy Joe wouldn't actually be better because clearly the guy doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
So, so you've got the issue of the Democratic Party bosses essentially paying the price for promising socialism, having to deal with Bernie Sanders, now having to try to crowd him out, and then propping up another guy. But overall, I mean, for politically speaking, running against socialists is great. But the fact that so many people in America are believing in socialism is downright scary.
Now, what's the fallout going to be? Because we've seen the establishment trying to edge their way into this. California were like the hotbed for the young socialists. What's this fallout going to be if the perception is that they stole it from him? I think that also, if you're not able to get Bernie at the top of the ticket, which you said would be great for us, the second best thing is a bunch of peeved off Bernie people that they think the nomination was stolen from him and they end up staying home or voting for some Green Party person that has no chance.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. I mean, they're really eating their own, right? They don't have they don't have any viable candidates as traditional Democrats. Whatever that used to mean.
Yeah, no kidding.
Because they've been overwhelmed by socialism, and that's why they're kind of down to Biden now, just trying to prop him up. He's just an old political hack who's been around forever. So he doesn't really believe in socialism, but I'm not sure if he believes anything anymore.
I'm not sure he knows that.
Nobody believes. That's right.
Congressman Devin Nunes joins us here. I haven't heard Hunter Biden's name at all for a couple.
We heard it for a while, and then
no one's talking about it.
Well, I guess you can bet if Biden is, I think almost no matter what here, okay, whatever happens today, I think it's going to be either Sanders is going to have a big blowout victory, and be way up in the delegate count, or they're going to have resurrected Biden enough to where it's still going to be close or Biden's within striking distance. And I can guarantee you're going to see that all again. Because remember, no matter what they say about Rudy Giuliani and Donald Trump and House Republicans supposedly digging up dirt on Biden's and Burisma, it's not true. The people that dug up dirt on Biden and Burisma was the Hillary Clinton campaign when they were afraid that Biden was going to run against Hillary for the nomination back in 2016, actually back in 2014-15. That's who brought this up. So you can bet, most likely, this is going to get pretty nasty here, and I would predict that Hunter Biden will probably be back in the news, brought to you by the hard left of the Democratic Party.
That's a good point.
Well, since you brought up her glorious name, Congressman Hillary Clinton, who, by the way, today also accused Bernie Sanders of not having a real job until he was like 41 or something, which is rich coming from let's be honest, coming from a woman who has gotten a few places because of her last name.
Come on.
No, I'm just saying. Why? Because of her qualifications? Okay, it's because her last name is Clinton. Explain and walk us through the judge ordered the deposition in the email saga of Hillary Clinton continues.
So this has been a Judicial Watch suit for a while. I think the American people are sick and tired of how did Hillary Clinton get away with this, from Benghazi to having the secret server, to having classified information on there, to all the fiascos with James Comey not prosecuting her, even if it was just a misdemeanor of some kind. And good thing is Judicial Watch has stayed steady. They've been in the courts, and finally they've been directed to, she finally is supposed to be deposed, what I'm told is going to be like within 75 days on the email server. But we'll see if that actually happens.
I hope it does. Congressman Devin Nunes joining us here. What can you tell us about how the outlook looks for House Republicans and hopefully regaining control of the House?
Well, the good news is that we have 30 seats roughly that President Trump won that are currently represented by Democrats. So those are going to be very, very good for us. And so that gives us a great opportunity to pick up those seats. A lot of it depends on what who's at the top of the ticket, and how do we do in certain states. Yeah. That's going to be we have a great shot to win the House of Representatives back, but it's all going to depend on the atmospherics come November.
It's like you said,
and there's other issues. There's other issues out there too. I mean, one of the big ones is the Democrats have this ability to use all the tech companies to do what I call crowdfund for their candidates. So, you have a good example of that. David Valadao, his opponent, who's now the congressman, had no support. The DCCC didn't support him. He had run in a bunch of different districts, and then all of a sudden they got him to run against Valadao because they didn't have anybody to run against Valadao. And they had pretty much written that district off. They didn't really do a lot. And then lo and behold, out of nowhere, like $3 million in small donations comes from the left all across the country and brought down David in the final weeks of the campaign, as I think you guys are well aware. So we have to have that ability. Right now, we've got 50 great candidates across the country in districts that we have a legitimate shot to win, but they're underfunded right now because we don't have that ability to crowdfund.
Congressman, I didn't realize it was that much money that was thrown against David Valadao. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, right at the end, just right at the end. It was, right in the last final, 45 days or so, that those small dollars started just flowing in for a candidate the DCCC wasn't even supporting.
Oh, man.
And when I say wasn't supporting, meaning wasn't financially supporting.
Yeah, that's Congressman here. Let me ask you before we let you go here. We appreciate your time. Water. How are we doing with? We know that Gavin Newsom and the Democrats decided to go ahead and slap a lawsuit against the Trump administration. Where
that's
are
his
we?
daily exercise.
Well, that's fair.
A lawsuit. Yeah,
that's very true.
So
go ahead.
So it's been the lawsuit by the Democrats in the state has been filed against the administration. We have to see how that plays out. Let's hope that we get a sensible court, because what the president did is he followed the law. He asked for new science to be done, to be looked at. And in fact, what they did was very, very conservative in the sense, and I don't mean conservative in the right-wing way, meaning that they were very, very careful. Like, they went with only very hard proven science, and I think we're way too restrictive. I think the Trump administration could have done a lot more. Okay.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is this is roughly about 500,000 acre feet to us on average. It's still got to rain, but on average about 500,000 acre feet. So that's basically enough water to farm nearly 150,000, 200,000 acres. So it means a lot to the valley. And we just have to wait to see what the courts say, and then it goes through the appellate process. And hopefully people wake up in the valley that, look, I've always said this: you may not like Republicans, but my God, you can't support the socialist, radical, green Democrats that want to see the valley dry up. And there's no other way to put it. They want to see the valley dry up.
Yeah, no kidding. I ran into Lieutenant Governor Kalinakis, and I asked her about it, the Nevada caucuses. I said, hey, what do you think about this lawsuit? I don't even think she knew what was in the lawsuit. She was like, well, we got to get water back.
The environment.
Water
climate change
for farmers, and we'll just see how it plays out. And I was like, you don't even know what's going on. You guys are just.
And that's the problem with this is that every Democrat's for water, except they're not for water, right? So
I like that.
They always talk a good game. They always talk a good game, but when it comes time for votes, or not filing lawsuits, or actually doing what the people said when we voted to fund dams to be built or expanded in California, and then all of a sudden they end up saying, oh, they're not feasible because they don't have an environmental benefit. The facts are they are controlled by the radical Greens. They don't, for the most part, know what the hell's going on. I think you're exactly right. That they don't know. As long as they're turning on water in their faucet, it's fine. But we are so susceptible to water shortages in the valley because it immediately starts to dial back our economy.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's the challenge.
Congressman Devin Nunes, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for spending the top of our coverage with us.
Hey, good luck to you guys tonight, and have fun.
Thank you.
Good evening.
We plan on it.
Thank you,
Congressman.
All right.
Thank
you
you so much. Congressman Devin Nunes there, everybody. He's my mom calls him a rock star. My mom calls him a rock star, and he really is. So excited to have him here starting our coverage. Much more to come here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED. I will be out and about, so stay tuned. Yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in. In just a little bit, we're going to have a Trump campaign official join us as well. Mark Lauder, right?
Mark Lauder, yeah.
Mark Lauder. Lauder or Lauder?
Deputy, what was his name?
Deputy Communications for the Trump campaign. He's going to be on. Appreciate Congressman Devin Nunes spending some time with us. Man, it sucks he's got to be in the swamp, though.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. We should say a prayer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go to the White House. I don't know. No, don't go to the White House because you know what the liberals will be. Oh, why is he over there tonight? What's going on? And then don't worry, the Russians are at Channel 47 over there pumping out results since yesterday.
It was pretty funny to see results at like 6:30.
You know what they blamed it on, right?
Oh.
College students. I got confirmation on it. They blamed it on college students. All right, we got 1 minute.
I was very confused when I saw that.
All right, North Carolina. All right, folks, we appreciate you tuning in. We're going to get to some of our... oh, dang it. That's what I forgot to do. Oh, thank God Jose did. Okay, good. We're going to get to some of your comments in just a bit. Jairus, man, how late are we going to go tonight?
We won't go too crazy. We'll be out of here by 1 a.m. We won't do nothing too wild.
All right, here we go. Super freaking Tuesday, Jairus, as our ad says. Special election coverage. We're going to be going late. Still to come, Jessica Patterson, the California Republican Party chairwoman, Larry Elder, the sage of South Central. Larry.
And don't forget about us, baby.
That's right. That's right.
Trump is your president.
Diamond and Silk, everybody's going to be joining us pretty in short order as well. Diamond and Silk will be...
Yes. But by the way, they were just at the Trump rally last night. Then they're going to be calling into this show. Good stuff. Hey, look, your boy Andrew Yang getting his CNN contributor money there, as we can see.
He's still wearing the stupid math pen.
Yeah, still can't find an American lapel, but has plenty of math ones.
Yeah, but he couldn't do math, which is why he's not even relevant.
No, I mean, he could do math. That's why he got out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more than we could say about Amy until she got that call from the DNC.
Hey, you want to keep your seat in Minnesota? Then you better just fall in line, because if you don't, we're going to have Ilhan Omar run against you.
Ilhan Omar's going to recruit somebody to run against you.
That might still happen no matter what. So far, Biden wins Virginia.
So Biden
well, hold on. It says Biden wins Virginia and North Carolina. Fox News reporting Biden wins Virginia and North Carolina.
Oh, and we got that confirmed on both our little monitors there, Fox and CNN, so take that as you will. So far, it's a decent night for Biden.
Hey, what'd I tell you?
And by the way,
I've been saying this from day one. Joe Biden's going to be the candidate, even though it's probably not going to happen. I'm still. Once I say something, I don't take it back. What did John Kerry say that one time he was running? I was for it before I was against it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to do that. If I pick a loser out the gate,
you're going to stick
with
your loser.
I'm going to stick with my loser.
Okay, that's commendable. This is American.
I'm a man of my word.
This is American politics in 2020. No one really cares about their word anymore, so that is commendable for you to go out there and say that. Yeah. I'm cautioning you as a friend not to go out there and take your victory lap too early.
Come on, you know me. You know me. He wins another state. I'm just gonna be like, hey, take it to the bank.
I do know you, but I just don't want you to. I don't want you to take that victory lap too early. I would hate for you to be sitting here with egg on your face like you did 2018 midterms.
Yeah, that was
coming up at the top of the hour. In addition to Diamond and Silk, we've got the biggest drop of states: Maine, Massachusetts, Alabama, Texas, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. All coming up at the top of the hour.
Texas is important. I want everybody to know how important Texas is, because it might be going purple. I don't want it to go purple.
Well,
but
no
it
one
might
here
be
does.
It might be going purple. Well, I'll tell you, I'd rather it stay red, but I definitely don't want it to go blue. It may go purple. There are a couple of House seats in Texas that are kind of representative of the establishment progressive matchup that we're going to see. And you got another Bush You know that? You have another Bush.
Why do you? We don't care, okay?
I just...
No. Here, you want to know one of the main
just saying.
reasons I love the Trump administration and
'Cause they're not
Trump,
Bush?
and Trump taking over the Republican Party? Because we can admit that Bush sucked. And I'm glad we can finally be honest about that, all right? Before Trump got in there, you say Bush wasn't that good. Everyone looks at you like y'all cockatoo. Now you can be honest about it. Bush wasn't that good. God bless Trump. Now, you have a microcosm of the 16th district race taking place in Texas, correct? In the Democratic primary.
Which one? There's a couple of them.
Well, the one that we have.
Oh, no, I want to get back to this Bush kid.
But why?
I think he might be a Trump supporter.
Well, all of them claim to be.
That's a good point.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's a good point. No, they did.
Be.
Not all of them. Not all of them did.
Okay, but they all claim to be. But anyway, this is going on. Jessica, I had to read that. I don't want to butcher
Jessica
that
who?
name. What's
Jessica,
her name?
is this the Kohler girl?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's.
It's Coulier. Coulier.
Really?
Coulier. Mark is on? All right.
All right, so yeah, Jessica Guillermo.
It's Coulier.
Coulier.
Yeah, we've got to teach you some Spanish.
You really do. But anyway, she's basically the Esmeralda of this Texas-backed district, putting a bid up against a pro-life, pro-gun, somewhat pro-legal immigration Democrat. It'll be interesting to see.
Yeah. All right, Jairus, I'm going to give you a drum roll and you introduce our next guest. Really excited to have him on.
Absolutely. From the Trump campaign, Mr. Mark Alauder. If you have watched Fox News in prime time, anytime recently, you have definitely seen him. Deputy or Director of Strategic Communications for Trump 2020. Mark, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Sorry I'm a few minutes late, guys.
Oh, don't worry.
Hey, anybody that's on the Trump campaign, you can be as late. On time is when you call.
Thank you. That's the right time, sir, when you call.
Hello, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. So don't go Joe Biden on us. Don't forget who you're calling. Don't forget what you're calling into, Mark. Hey, I know you must get this question a lot. Who do you guys want? And I know you guys are ready for anybody, but who do you want? And we're starting to hear some grumbles of, well, the president doesn't want to run against Bloomberg. That's why, the president's, kind of calling him out.
Well, I don't think it honestly doesn't matter to us which one of them comes out of this primary because they have all taken such unpopular positions on so many issues, whether it's raising taxes by trillions of dollars, taking away people's private health insurance. They all stood up and raised their hand when it said that they thought taxpayers should be paying for the health insurance of people who are in our country illegally, and believing that taxpayers should fund abortion up to the moment of birth. These are radical positions that I think are just out of touch with most of America.
Well, and I'll tell you this, it's not a good judge, not a barometer, if the president is out there cracking jokes on people, because that's just what my president does, all right? So you can't say he's nervous about someone just because he's cracking jokes on them. That's what Trump does.
Yeah, that's it. He was on fire last night, Mark. He was doing a fantastic job. I loved it.
He does let you know what he thinks, and I think that's one of the reasons why people connect with him is that he doesn't do the poll-tested, perfect soundbite. He just tells you what's on his mind, whether he's on the rally stage or whether you're following it on his Twitter feed. But for many Americans, I think it's really the results that matter, and you can look at it from an economic standpoint. And guys, I was out in Nevada just a couple of weeks ago, and everywhere I look, I see giant tower cranes, and that's because the economy is strong. And when the economy is strong, people come to Nevada.
That's a very good point. Hey, what can you tell us about some of the swing states, some of the must-win states? How are we doing there? How's the president doing in those swing states?
We're doing really well. And it's not just the states that we won in 2016. We're actually building out the map. That's why you saw the president in Nevada for 3 days just a couple of weeks ago. We've been in New Hampshire where we almost won in 2016. We've even got plans to go to Minnesota here where he would be the first Republican to win, and I'm predicting he will be, since 1972, nearly 50 years. That's the kind of support we're seeing for this president, and I think he's going to win Nevada as well.
Yeah, we were in Nevada.
Yeah,
we were there for the caucuses. We got a little too close to some of the Bernie supporters. Let me tell you, you could smell one from a mile away.
You smell them before you see them.
Yeah, that is true. That is very true. Wait, you had a question? Or
I was just going to say, when you talk about that, and you talk about expanding the map, the Trump campaign, and again, only 20 years old here, but I've never seen, and I'm judging off of Romney, and I'm judging off of McCain.
We don't say Romney here, Jairus.
Let me finish.
No. You agree with me, Mark?
That we shouldn't say it?
Yeah, don't even mention his name.
I wouldn't use it as an example, put it that way.
No. It's coming back, Mark. All
All
right,
right,
stay
come
with
on.
me.
Go
What
ahead,
I'm
Jerry.
saying is I'm comparing the Trump re-election campaign, the campaign of Romney, and the campaign of McCain. I've never seen a Republican try so hard to do what we all talk about doing but never want to actually do, which is expand our base into communities that don't tend to be that friendly to us. Speak on those actual causes and how the Trump campaign, the first time I've ever seen a national candidacy on the Republican side actually reach out to the minorities, reach out to blacks, reach out to Hispanics. The president's making an actual play for these people, and I think he deserves to be commended for it.
And when you look at the numbers, the support is there. When you look at the numbers from all of our rallies, anywhere between, we've gotten 25% of folks who are registered Democrats coming out to see this president. You see 15 to 20% who didn't vote in 2016. There's a lot of public opinion polling out there that shows that the president has more than doubled his support in the black community. And I think a lot of that is going to come through on Election Day because people are realizing that they've been lied to. And many in the minority community have been lied to for decades by Democrats, given false promises, only to expect that your vote's going to be there 4 years from now. This is a president who's working for it, and he's delivering results.
Mark Lauder is on the line. He's a director of strategic communications. And Jairus actually mentioned this to Kaylee when we were in Nevada.
Kaylee McEnany, yeah.
He said, the president's doing such a good job. He's keeping some of the promises that the Democrats have promised the black community and the Latino community. He's that good.
He's willing to go and work for every vote. He's going to ask for it, and he's also not afraid to say, what do you have to lose? And now he can back that up with results. And the Democrats don't like it, but he's going to highlight the fact that they have been selling a false bill of goods for many, many decades, and he's not afraid to ask for their vote. I
mean, paid family leave, criminal justice reform, these are things that every presidential candidate with a D next to their name have been pushing since before Clinton, and Trump got it done on the criminal justice side in his first term. It really is amazing.
It really is, and he's not done yet.
Yeah, I was going to say,
the best is yet to come, Guillermo. The best is yet to come.
That is very true. Can I ask you this question here? So AIPAC was this week, and we're talking about, blocks and groups of individuals that typically vote Democrat. The Jewish community has been left for a while. Are you starting to see some inroads with the Jewish community saying, "Wait a minute, the Democrats promised a bunch of stuff. Obama said, "Oh yeah, we're going to move our embassy to Jerusalem, and that's what's going to." But the president is delivering. Are you starting to see, besides minorities, just other blocks that typically vote Democrat go to the president?
Absolutely. Whether it's the Jewish American community, whether it's folks in labor unions. I mean, many of the folks that I talked to, even when I was out in Nevada, labor union members are saying, we got so much work, we don't know what to do because there's so much work going on out there. They know this president is supporting a strong economy. They know he supports Israel. And then you look at the leading candidates out there on the Democrat side who are basically siding with the enemies of Israel, and let's not forget that it was Barack Obama and Joe Biden that sent billions of dollars in cash to Iran, which was used to fund terrorism against Israel.
Yeah. Your last question here before we let you go, and I always ask the Trump campaign officials, what one story when you're out there campaigning for the president, what one story has touched you just personally? That's that's what this campaign is about. That you were surprised. What has shocked you from the president's campaign? Like literally out there, give us a story that only you have.
Well, I mean, there are many stories, obviously, from campaigning with the president and the vice president, but the ones that mean the most to me are when people are willing to come up to me and tell me that while they may not be able to put on a red MAGA hat, they know what's good for their families, their communities, and their neighborhoods, and that they're voting for the president, even if they're traditional Democrat bloc voters.
I'll tell you what, Mark. Hey, I know you're in the thicket of it. I don't even know how much sleep you're going to get this year working for the president, but we appreciate your time.
He gets no sleep like the president. The whole campaign just a bunch of Energizer bunnies. Nobody sleeps. No one sleeps.
I love it.
Well, thank you very much, guys.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your time.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. There you go. Mark Lauder, everybody, the director of strategic communications for the Trump campaign. Man, Jairus, we're just getting started.
Well, we're gonna hit up our homegirls up in a little bit.
Woo!
Diamond and Silk.
Diamond and Silk coming up.
Bringing the house down. Their state is voting today, so I don't know.
Wait, where
are they open?
Where are they?
North Carolina.
They're in North Carolina. Well, yeah. Biden just won North Carolina. Oh, I can't wait to ask them about Biden. Woo! I'm going to be back
Sleepy
here.
Joe.
Diamond. And you go silk. That's right.
Yeah. All right. Now, by the way, according to some of these early exit polls, apparently Joe Biden has been able to replicate South Carolina in North Carolina. It goes on to say over 5 in 10 Democrats who decided within the last few days went for Joe Biden. He won the majority of the black vote in North Carolina, and that's what was able to propel him. Remember, he had South down. North Carolina was a toss-up, and apparently over the last few days, and his crushing victory down in the South propelled him to win North Carolina.
If Joe Biden wins Texas, it's a whole new ball game after tonight. I'll just tell you that much. Special Tuesday election coverage, Super Tuesday election coverage right here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED at 7:30ish. I will be out and about. I'm going to be visiting the campaign headquarters. Mike Bloomberg, Bernie Sanders, Jerry Dyer, Esmeralda Sori. I'm going to be out and about. Jairus Jackson, we're going late. Don't turn your dial. You're listening to the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED, unmatched election coverage like nowhere else.
Volatility, but don't let it frighten you out of your investment and retirement accounts. Now, I'm not making light of volatility. We get it. It's unsettling. But volatility is really simply a routine part of long-term investing. And the best way for you to avoid stock market volatility? Don't have all your money in stocks. That's why here at Edelman Financial Engines, we're careful to give our clients highly diversified portfolios, placing only a portion of assets into stocks. This helps give you the confidence that stock market volatility is really nothing to get concerned about. We've been helping thousands of clients just like you for 33 years. So come talk with us at Edelman Financial Engines and let us help put your market worries aside. Call us at 888-PLAN-RIC. That's 888-PLAN-RIC. Or visit us at rickedelman.com. That's ricedelman.com.
I'm going to tell you how you can get real health care for as little as $6 a day. Yes, now you can get affordable health care for you and your family immediately and save as much as 50% off your current monthly health care payments. Our plans are perfect for people that are self-employed, can't afford health benefits where they work, or just want to pay less for their current health care. And coverage is guaranteed regardless of your medical condition. We even offer some of the new Christian faith-based health benefits. Save up to 50% on your family's health care. Make a free quick call now. There are no contracts, and we give you a 10-day money-back trial period. Call Provision Enrollment right now for your risk-free, guaranteed health insurance quote starting at $6 a day.
800-398-0651. 800-398-0651. That's 800-398-0651.
What is us?
Us is a foundation.
Us is the future.
Us is a bond.
But right now, that bond is fraying.
And we need a place that could make it whole.
From diabetes prevention to safety around water.
The why fills the gaps.
And bridges our divides.
But they can't do it without us.
Donate today.
Because where there's a why, there's an us.
Read by members of the why.
The why, for a better us.
Super Tuesday is here. You're listening to the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Joe Biden right now.
Boy, you feel good about yourself right now, don't you?
Joe Biden has won the presidency. That's what he thinks.
Wow.
That's what he thinks. That's what he thinks. Hey, that's what Joe thinks right now. He's won more states tonight than he's ever won campaigning for the presidency of the United States. Joe's got to be on cloud 9. Or he is, because literally he's on his way. You think he's going? No, we're not going to get into religion, but
Well, here's the problem.
Joe's got no problem right now.
Stop with this. And you're only like this. You don't give a damn about Joe. You just want to say that you're right. You don't care.
I don't. I
you
really
don't care
don't.
about Joe winning.
You know that.
All you care about is saying that you're right. And I'm just hoping you don't put the cart before the horse. Now, what's interesting is
if Joe Biden wins Texas, if Joe Biden wins Texas,
and Warren is going to be dropping out tonight. I just want everyone to know that is my prediction.
I don't think so.
Take it to the bank.
Nope.
Elizabeth Warren's campaign is going to end tonight.
You want me to tell you why?
Sure, tell me why.
I was going to make an Indian.
No, go.
Cherokee, pride joke, but I'm not.
No, go.
No, it's not appropriate.
Yes, it is.
I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's prideful.
Okay.
So she ain't gonna do it.
She's prideful, huh? Yeah. Right.
She's not gonna do it. Where's she at right now? Is that live? Is that a live
I don't
shot?
know.
Is she in
This
Detroit?
is a live shot of her campaign reservation.
What is up with the sweater?
I don't know.
That bugs me.
So she's in Michigan right now. You lived in Michigan. What is the temperature this time of year in Michigan? Is it usually warm or is it usually hot? What is it like? Is it sweater weather?
I think I'm actually going to be in Michigan later on in the week. It's pretty cold.
All right. Now,
it's pretty cold.
Here's a name that I had forgotten about with all this noise coming out. And by the way, this is Warren speaking live. No, it's not.
No.
If it is, she's dropping out tonight. That's all you need to know. But
she's not dropping out.
A name I forgot about, talking about South Carolina going for Biden, talking about Vermont going for Bernie Sanders, talking about the North Carolina going for Joe. Where's Midget Man Bloomberg? Virginia was supposed to be a state. He camped out there. He's done multiple rallies there. This was supposed to be a state where he was supposed to make a play, and he's currently sitting in 4th place. 4th place right now.
He's in Florida.
So
Bloomberg's in Florida.
No. I'm saying he has offices in Virginia. He's campaigned there. Virginia is one of the states he's tried to make a real play at, and he's currently right now sitting at 4th.
Why is he in Florida? Well, Florida's not on the list tonight.
No. But Florida is a list of one of the. Okay, Joe Biden had his New Hampshire victory party in South Carolina, so let's not act like.
That's true. That's a good point.
He's in Florida because, and like we said, we talked about earlier, you've got Missouri, you've got Michigan, you've got Florida. States that follow Super Tuesday, that's where the Bidens and the Bloombergs of the world think that they can make a dent. But right now, all that effort that Bloomberg, and much more importantly, all that GETUS, all that money that he put into Virginia is currently getting him a 4th place finish with over 40% of the vote in.
Hey, Tulsi, she's still in it?
Why? I mean, I love her to pieces, but why? What is Tulsi still in this race for? Does she have one delegate?
I don't know. Maybe she hopes, both of the top leading candidates just have a medical issue and cannot continue the race. And lo and behold, she's the only one left. That's the only reason why.
You think
Tulsi's
Hillary
there.
Clinton talks about the front runner now? Just wait till it's Tulsi Gabbard. Hillary Clinton isn't going to be able to shut up.
All right, let's go. Let's get to some California stuff here. We have some problems in California.
Who could have saw this?
I was about to say, nobody saw this coming.
No,
California
not at all.
having some voter issues.
Can I mention that this morning when I went to vote, a individual who was registered as a Republican, his registration came up as no party preference at my voting center.
Let me put on my second sticker.
This is disgusting.
Did I vote twice?
Can you explain what you're doing?
That's what everybody does in California,
Can you explain really quick what you're doing?
I got an I voted sticker and I have a.
So for some unforgotten reason, there is where'd you go and vote?
Mosqueda. It's in a predominantly Latino area.
The heart of Fresno?
It's Southeast Fresno.
Okay. Oh God, Southeast Fresno.
Hey,
so
relax, Mister. I live north of North.
Yeah. So anyway.
So even North Fresno's ghetto for you. You gotta be
Fresno's ghetto.
You gotta be north of North.
I gotta be north. I'm a hardcore Yankee. Let me tell you that much. I'm north. So they didn't have this at the Clovis polling center, but apparently where you went, they're giving out I voted in English and in Spanish. Now, if we were for some reason in Mexico when they had an election, would they have English I voted stickers? I'm just wondering.
No.
Does Pakistan make sure that they have all the languages when they have an election? I'm just seeing what other countries do this. That's all I'm wondering. I'm wondering.
I also think I think I saw stickers in another language. I think there's a third language.
Oh yeah, the Chinese or
no, it's Hmong.
Hmong. There we go. Yeah, there's a big community there. Well. Hopefully they'll pull our homegirl Michelle Steele. Isn't that her name?
That's way down south. Yeah, Michelle Steele. Sean Steele.
Okay, we need to win anywhere we can win.
We'll take anything.
We'll take anything.
You're conservative. We want you to win. We'll take anything.
California's 58th district in the middle of the ocean. We'll take it. We can win.
We need to win.
Going on in California, The state officials say that a connectivity issue involving the California Secretary of State voter file database forced local centers in over 15 counties, including large ones like Sacramento, to look up voters' information and print the ballots manually, considerably, and this is from the Sacramento Bee, considerably slowing down the process for a number of large counties within the state. So
we get some. This happened in Fresno as well. They had a computer glitch, which set back some people. I heard some people that went to go vote this morning just left.
What polling center was this?
This was West Fresno.
Okay, that's very good news for Jerry Dyer. Jerry Dyer is very happy that there were voters in that area.
I don't think he's happy that anybody got turned away.
Okay, so we're gonna. Okay, so we're gonna act like Guillermo's winking at me.
I'm not winking at you.
He's not happy. Very happy that people in that area.
It happened all the way. It happened all the way across.
Here's the thing: when you boggle election day, this is every 4 to 2 years. This isn't like an everyday thing. This isn't something you can't just be like, oh well, we do it every day. Something's bound to happen. No, you spend millions of dollars preparing for this. It's one day, and you can't get this right.
I'd rather them screw up now, when the Democrats are going to go ahead and just take us to town anyway, than screw up in November.
Wait, why do you got to be
I really
negative?
don't care.
Why do you got to be negative? Take us to town. Maybe the light's going to shine. Jesus will come back. Tonight might be a good night. Don't be a Debbie Downer.
Negative Guillermo here. I hope we win something.
And,
I really do.
A lot of voters, to the point where the Secretary of State had to put out a statement, a lot of voters, I would perceive Pete Buttigieg voters, upset that they are not able to change their ballots after their candidate, for a lack of a better term, bended at the knee to the DNC and decided to endorse Joe Biden. The state Secretary of State having to say that you cannot change your ballot. It's been officially mailed, signed, sealed, and delivered.
Much more to come here on our coverage of Super Tuesday. Diamond and Silk up in a few minutes, and I will be out and about later on this evening. I will be at campaign headquarters. Mike Bloomberg, Bernie Sanders.
Results from Texas up next.
Yep.
It's calling back.
All right, here we go. You think that's him? Talk Radio 1680 KGD.
Hi, this is Diamond and Silk.
Oh, that
Hey, yeah, you guys are on time. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's. We're at ABC News right now. We're gonna go ahead and just overtake them.
Okay.
Because it's you guys. I mean, come on, we can't.
What are we gonna have you sit here, wait here?
Please, you don't wait. Let me get the producer. Hold on.
Okay.
I loved you guys at the rally. That was a pretty raucous rally. It was fun to watch.
It was a really nice rally. Wasn't it fun? Full of energy.
Alabama now.
I'm hearing feedback.
Oh yeah, that's just you'll be good. The door is open, so it was
okay.
From the other side. So are you guys North or South Carolina?
North.
North. Okay. Oh man. Everybody's calling it Biden's comeback night, ladies.
Yeah, we just sit here waiting to see which of the two things are going to win.
Yeah.
Biden or Bernie.
Well, I don't know if you ladies were the ones that said this, but this is just a race to see who's going to be the loser, which is very fitting.
Absolutely, against President Donald Trump. That's right.
Oh, all right. All right, ladies, we're just about to jump this really quick.
Okay.
Ready? Okay, we have Diamond and Silk photos that we can put up on screen. I think we do, right? Yeah. You'll give me the... Okay, all right, here we go. Super Tuesday is now.
Do you want your gloat fest to continue?
I don't know.
Joe Biden has won the state of Alabama. That gives him 3 wins for the night: Alabama, North Carolina, and Virginia. And I am sitting there feeling the negative effects of redistribution because I have only won one state so far, the state that has my summer home.
Joe Biden, the youngest male candidate in the race. The youngest. He's the youngest guy now. This is where all the young votes are going to go.
Yes.
Listen, we went ahead and said, you know what? Nobody needs to hear ABC News right now. We're going to go straight out to our next guest. And these gals need no introduction. Diamond and Silk joining us here live. Diamond and Silk.
Hey, thank you all for having us.
It's always it's an honor to have you two on.
Listen, we always say you're welcomed anytime to all the guests, but I just want you guys to know when we say it to you, we actually mean it. We actually mean it.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
We do. So what Joe Biden looks like he's
Joe just won their state.
Yeah,
their home state.
What do you think?
Look, I don't have any thoughts about it. We're just sitting up here waiting to see which of the two B's going to win. Is it going to be Biden or Bernie?
That's right.
And, who will we be running up against? It doesn't even matter either or. I could care less. You have one that think he's still in the Revolutionary War stuff there. And then you have the other one. He don't know whether he's up, down. He don't know his left from his right. He don't know his in from his out. He don't know his dates. Listen, we are very, you know what? People get upset with us because we have a lot to say when it comes to these Democrat presidential candidates, but they shouldn't be so flawed.
Yeah.
I mean, they make it so easy to talk about them. All of them do, because they're coming to the table with no solutions. They're going to bring in more problems. And do they actually think that we're going to vote for that? It's an absolute unequivocal.
And you know what? Shame on black people for voting for Biden, because he's the one that pushed that 1994 crime bill that probably locked up a lot of your husbands, your brothers, your nephews, and probably even your nieces or your sisters or even your mother. And he pushed that bill. So for him to come back and say, well, I'm sorry and I apologize, well, your loved one life has been gone because they've been locked up, shame on you for doing that. Well, why would you vote for someone that don't give 2 red cents about your family?
Well, Silk, I'm glad you said that. And shame on anybody that want to vote for Bernie Sanders, somebody that want to take you back to the days of slavery. Now, you all march in the country. You talk about you want to take down the statues. You don't like the slave owners that used to own slaves. But then you going to vote for a man that want to put you back in slavery.
That's right.
Because, free stuff does not equal freedom. It equals control. And what you want to be controlled, it's gotten so bad for you that you want to be controlled instead of be free. So shame on anybody that's voting for these two candidates.
That's right. And then you look at Minnie Mike. He's planting black folks around him like bushes. He should just go on over there to Lowe's and buy him a bush and plant him, because that's what he's doing.
I know that's right. I wonder how much money he paying them.
That's right.
Because it looks really staged. There's too many black folk behind him. How much money did he pay each of them?
That's right.
See, that's a good point.
It's crazy.
We mentioned this with Pete, too.
Tom Steyer. Remember we were at the Nevada caucus?
Oh, that's right. Well, here's the thing is, like when they're behind them, they put all 4 black people in one spot.
Yeah.
Spread them out at least.
Like
leave
bushes, like
to
he's
the
a little house,
imagination.
and he got to make himself look good with the bushes around him. I'm like, are y'all serious? And this man done said some racist, condescending, discriminatory things.
And we're afraid that if Bloomberg, if Minnie Mike get up there in that White House, Diamond and Silk, when we go up to the White House, he'll be trying to stop and frisk us.
That's
you
right.
See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So we can't have that kind of food just going on in the White House fooling with him.
And Elizabeth Warren, she don't know if she black, white, pinstripe, polka dot, or plaid.
She don't know what she is. But you know what? She's the youngest running, because I think she's still in the race. She hasn't dropped out yet.
Well, actually, President Donald J. Trump is the youngest. All of them running.
Even Warren.
He's the youngest.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Jairus Jackson is Diamond and Silk joining us here. Jairus Jackson thinks that Pocahontas is going to drop out tonight.
I really do.
Good. She should should have never been in.
That's right.
What she need to be doing is she need to be brought up on charges, in my humble opinion, just like them people was with that college scandal. Because imagine with her talking about how she was such a minority, how many perks and kickbacks she got for lying on applications and all kinds of things. That's where she need to be, not running for the president of the United States.
That's right.
Now, how you guys talked about earlier, did you guys see today, Donna Brazile was on Fox News this morning, and just by simply bringing up questions about the democratic process, which seems shady to say the least, she told Ronna McDaniel, the chair of the Republican Party, to go to hell. I mean, on Fox News, just because she's raising questions that any person who's being non-biased is about. These people know that they are going to lose, and I think they're having a little temper tantrum, and they're going to go down angry, to say the least.
Well, yeah, we saw it. I saw it exactly when it happened. But you know what Donna Brazile have to understand, we only going on your past history.
That's right.
When you all took it from Bernie and you knew that what they were doing.
She was right
you wrote
there
it in your book.
She was right there
You
in the
knew
middle.
what they were doing. They actually stole that from Bernie. So all listen, they do not want Bernie Sanders to win this. They do not want him to win it. And they're going to do everything in their power. Because isn't it ironic? Buttigieg drop out like a day before Super Tuesday. Like, think about that. And he gives his support to Biden. I mean, think about that.
And you'll know when Bernie got paid off because he'll get another book deal.
A book deal, another car, and another house.
That's right.
And he the one
Excuse
pushing
me, ladies.
using capitalism to make all this money.
Ladies, that is a summer camp, not a summer home.
I'll tell you what. I'm Latino. None of my people have summer or anything.
Yeah, ladies.
Let's play real.
Do you guys switch residence? It must be nice to be a socialist. You switch residence when it gets a little warm outside. Must be a good life.
Listen, we don't do that. We don't do no mess like that. But that's some stuff that Bernie would do. But let me just tell you something. Another thing when it comes to Bloomberg, I'm appalled. I'm appalled because black people don't have resources like he has. And for him to blow his resources, I mean waste $500 million trying to vilify and disparage an American, instead of helping Americans as homeless. And then I saw a video where he was licking his fingers. And here we talking about the, what's that virus called?
The coronavirus.
The coronavirus. And he's sitting up licking his fingers and touching all over stuff. And then got a commercial out talking about he can help stop the spread. No, you spreading it. You spreading it doing that.
And then you got to look at also, you know, he is giving out free food, y'all, for people to come to his events. And the first person in line is got to be a black man.
You know, that just makes me mad. Let me just tell you something.
I didn't see that.
Please don't. These people want to raise your taxes. Let me tell you what's wrong with Bloomberg. He want to go back to business as usual. He don't want any change. If he wanted any change, let me tell you something. President Trump, when he get paid, he donates his money. He donated his money, okay? Yeah. Where's Bloomberg? Why don't he put his money where his mouth is?
He can't.
So okay.
Now,
maybe he can't find it.
This should surprise nobody because this is the party that less than 4 years ago nominated a woman who described minorities as super predators. So I guess this shouldn't surprise those ladies.
It's not surprising. This is what the Democrats do. They call you all kinds of disparaging names, and then they try to butter up and try to buy your vote.
Just look at what Lyndon B. Johnson did, and look at what he said.
That's right.
You know?
He gave you a little civil rights, but was calling you the N-word while he was doing it. I mean, black people better wake the heck up. Not only black people, all people. Let me tell you something. If you want to keep your American dream, you better vote Trump. People do not flock from these communist, socialist countries over here to America to gain more socialism. They flock here to obtain the American dream.
That's right.
So why do we want our country turned into this socialistic idea, whatever they're trying to do? And Biden, he is a socialist too, and let me tell you why I say that. Because he wants to make sure he take care of illegal aliens instead of making sure the American people are taken care of. So he ain't no better than
That's right. And when you look at the Democrat Party, all of them are socialists. Because just take a look at it. Do you want free stuff or freedom? It was the Republican Party that freed the slaves. It was the Democrat Party that kept slaves enslaved to their government. By trying, hey, we're going to give you this, just give you enough to keep you quiet, but not enough to make a difference.
That's right.
So it's time for everybody to wake up. Do you want to go back, stay stuck in a rut like Chuck, looking really messed up, or do you want to come up, on the come up? with President Trump. It's up to you to decide. He's put his money where his mouth is. He's told us, what the hell do you have to lose? And if we don't vote right for him right now, we're going to have a whole lot to lose. That's why you have to go out and make sure you vote right so you won't get left. Vote red, R-E-D. Remove every Democrat.
Woo! I like it. Diamond and Silk.
Does the RNC hire you guys for marketing?
They need
if
to.
not, they are making a big mistake. My gosh.
Hey, hold on. Diamond and Silk here joining us. Let me ask you this question because I heard it's been thrown around. Joe Biden, maybe he's going to pick Stacey Abrams as his VP candidate. They got to have.
Let me tell you something. He's not going to be able to pander to black people using Stacey Abrams. The one that did not want to, that didn't want to concede, basically acting like somebody took it for her. Didn't nobody take nothing from you? They just didn't vote for you. You know. So I don't care. He can go pick Donald Duck for all I care. We're voting for President Donald J. Trump.
That's right.
That's who we're going to vote for, and his vice president, Vice President Pence. That's who we plan on voting for. I don't care who they try to put the pander to people, because see, black people got to understand they are the ones that hold the power.
We are the ones that hold the power.
And understand this here Republican Party, we don't have to have but a percentage of the black vote to win.
That's so
and
true.
They're afraid.
That's true. I read something where he only needs about maybe 5 or 6 percentage point with the black community, and in those swing states, that's enough to close the deal.
It really is enough to close the deal, but I believe that he's going to get way more than that. Let me tell you all something. Our president is doing an amazing job, and like I said last night, there's those that write history, those that read history, but President Trump is truly making history. And don't be surprised at what you see right now when it comes to the stock market. All of that stuff is going back up. You got to understand when the left take a crisis and try to politicize it, to blow it up bigger, to put fear in the American people, this is the kind of stuff that happens. But Americans need to understand, this is how you know that the left don't care about you and prosperity and you coming up. They love to create a crisis, create a problem so that they can throw money at the problem, so they can scale from the top and leave the American people left at the bottom. We don't need big government. What we need is the President Trump to continue to drain the swamp and remove every rat that's clogging the pipe.
That's right.
That's what I love the most about Diamond and Silk, is because conservatives were always so concerned. Well, if we say or do this, what are the Democrats going to say? You ladies don't give a damn. You don't care who they put up there. You guys are not losing any sleep over who they put up. It could be any of the bees, as you guys say.
Any one of the bees.
It could be any of the bees.
That's right.
That's why we really don't, because President Trump now has a record, okay? He has a record to go on. And then you look at the other two, naming a post office ain't doing nothing for America.
That's right.
I've been in government for over half a century and hadn't done anything. So what you gonna do in 4 years that you should have probably done in 50 years?
That's right.
So listen, we ready. Who is the president going up against? It don't make us no difference.
We waiting on.
It's like you guys said, when they've gotten nothing done, and we had on Mark Lauder, who I'm sure you guys know from the Trump campaign before you guys. The president, he's fulfilling all his promises. He's kind of getting bored. He's taking the Democratic promises that aren't half bad, like paid family leave and criminal justice reform, and he's like, I'm kind of bored getting my stuff done. How about I do some of the decent stuff you guys like, because you haven't been able to get it done over all these decades. It's amazing.
And that's why we call him the first black president.
That's right.
Because he's taking care of black issues. He wants to solve the black issues. Because the black president, biracial, his black side didn't do nothing for black folk.
He ran on hope and change. We thought we were hoping some things was changed, but looked like we all got shortchanged, and he done made out with a lot of change. Because, Obama did go in poor, and now he's 50 red.
That's right.
Well,
it is what it is.
Hey, black, white, Hawaiian, I don't really care. He didn't do nothing for me.
That's right.
He didn't do nothing for anybody but the elites, baby, is what he did.
That's right.
He didn't work for the average American people. You know what I love about President Trump? He works for the people, to protect the people, to make sure that the people are thriving. I'm going to cut regulation. I heard Biden say the other day, he going to raise taxes. Why would you want to vote for somebody that want to raise your tax? Think about that. And let me tell people something. Rich people ain't going to be paying the majority of the taxes. That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Rich people are rich because they're going to use their power, their money, and their influence. They will never, ever, ever pay the majority of the taxes up here around here. So don't get it twisted. These politicians, we're going to make the rich pay more. You ain't doing nothing but telling a turn lie. The rich are going to take their money and put it overseas somewhere before they pay
more.
One more red cent. And let me tell you why I don't vilify the rich. I don't vilify the rich because they're the job creators.
That's right.
You got to be, if you filthy rich, you can't be rich by yourself. Somebody got to help you count that money.
That's
so
right.
you're going to have to have folks. You're going to have to hire folks. So that's why I don't vilify the rich. And I don't like to hear people do that, making them pay more taxes. Let me tell you something. If they got out here and they pulled themselves up by their bootstraps and they created something for themselves and they've gotten rich off of it, kudos to them. That's about the American dream. Don't vilify or penalize them for doing it.
That's right.
Ladies, where can people go Chit Chat Tour or get a hold of you guys writing a book?
ChitChatTour.com. We have a book coming out, DiamondandSilkBook.com.
What else needs to be said? Diamond and Silk, thank you, ladies, so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Diamond, I love Diamond.
So let's just go home now. I'm good.
I'm good.
We'll watch the California results at home. We can see Dia. You're going to be mayor anyway. We'll see you later. We're just going to go home, okay? Because that was so good. We're just done.
Diamond and Silk, I love it. Super Tuesday. We're here. We're going to be here late into the evening, right, Josh?
This is going to turn into a morning show. That's how long we're going to be.
Well, you know what? Judging on how California is doing with the 2-hour delay this morning, what's going on statewide?
Well, no, 2+ hour delay, according to the Sacramento Bee.
2+ hour delay.
Yeah.
2+. So we're going to be here for a while. Pretty much.
Yeah, hopefully we can get some Texas numbers coming out of here. There's some big primaries coming out of there.
I'll tell you, Biden wins Texas. This thing may be over.
We'll see.
Yeah, what did I? Look at that. We spoke too long. And that's all right because it's Super Tuesday. Thursday.
Thank you.
It's Thursday.
No, Tuesday.
Tuesday.
One of the ones with a T.
I don't know. I don't know. We're having a Joe Biden moment, right? You're listening to the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Much later, we're going to have Jessica Patterson, the California chairwoman for the California Republican Party. We're also going to be having Larry Elder is going to be joining us. Nathan Alonzo, who's running for City Council District 4. You know how many numbers we got to keep in our head?
Let's just hope Republicans win when we tally up all those numbers.
That's all we care about. You're listening to the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED.
KGED on the right end of the AM dial.
One name, 9 locations, the lowest prices anywhere in the valley, with the highest quality furniture. It's Serrano's Furniture. The Serrano's Furniture Galleries are family owned and operated right here in Central California for over 30 years, giving you top name brands like Legacy, Parker House, and Klausner. The best prices on America's #1 rated mattresses like Serta, Simmons, and the iComfort Sleep System. Before you buy your furniture online, which comes to your home unassembled, visit a Serrano's Furniture Gallery near you. Serrano strives to give you exceptional customer service as well as giving you the best price and best value. Serrano's Furniture in Fresno, Visalia, Hanford, Porterville, Madera, Tulare, Bakersfield, Delano, and Dinuba. This is the big one, the largest furniture retailer in the valley, Serrano's. For monthly specials, visit Serrano'sFurnitureGalleries.com.
Does your current bathroom need to be updated immediately? Introducing One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling, the complete and hassle-free way to get the new bathroom of your dreams in as little as 1 day, and for as little as $199 a month. Yes, the experts at One Day Bath and Shower Remodeling will come to you anywhere in the country and show you all the customized options. Now you can have a brand new bathroom in as little as 1 day. Large or small bathrooms, if you want a new bathtub or shower installed, we can do it in as little as 1 day. And if you call right now, you can save $750 off your remodel. We make it easy by offering you financing as low as $199 per month. Call now to schedule your free in-home consultation.
855-672-1566. 855-672-1566. That's 855-672-1566.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's Employee of the Month, 2 months in a row. Leave a message at the... Hey, Jamie. It's me, Jamie. Do not forget to buy lentils, or the lentil soup you're making for dinner will be sorely lacking. By the way, Mrs. Calloway says thanks for helping her bundle home and auto. She appreciates the extra savings, even though you kept using the word apropos incorrectly. But the main thing is, do not forget to buy, what was it? Something apropos the lentil soup. Sorry, I'll call you back.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Who will win tomorrow?
And let me tell you something. The establishment is getting very, very nervous.
2020 special election coverage starts now.
Where can you win on Tuesday?
Jarris Jackson he's left me for a while, and that's okay because Jarris Jackson is going to be sitting in this studio until about 11 o'clock, however late we have to go until we get some actual measurable results. I'm going to be out and about at 7 p.m. I will be stopping by the Bernie Sanders campaign headquarters, the Mike Bloomberg campaign headquarters. Well, first Jerry Dyer, because that's where we got to be at 8 o'clock when the results come in from Fresno. I'm also going to be at Esmeralda Soria, her campaign party as well. We're going to be all around town. Jarris Jackson, John Machiko are going to be anchoring right here in the studios. And let's just go to the breaking news right now. The breaking news is that Joe Biden is not doing as bad as a lot of people predicted. Now, remember, Guillermo Moreno, me right here, I told you, Joe Biden's going to be the candidate. A lot of you started looking at me like I was some crazy guy. Like, come on, Guillermo. Really? Joe Biden? Well, yeah. He's the youngest male candidate for the Democrats. You know, he's going to get that young vote. Jarris Jackson. Hold on, let me pause you in. There you go.
He hasn't gotten the nomination
yet.
yet.
Joe Biden thinks he just won the presidency, buddy. He won Alabama, right? What are the other states?
Joe Biden, he won
Alabama, North Carolina.
One of the
Vermont,
ones.
Virginia. No, Vermont went to Joe Biden. Nobody cares about those states that start with
Vermont went to Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right.
Joe Biden is so confused. He thinks he's won the nomination. He's won a first term. Joe Biden is currently writing his resignation letter because he got caught in some Ukrainian scandal with his son. He's literally he's been impeached.
Dang it! Get Hunter on the phone. Get him on the phone. We might have to. We might have some splaining to do.
Now, what we should do is monitor the president's Twitter page tonight, because if it's a good night for Biden, you're going to hear a lot more Hunter Biden talk.
Talking about it's a good night. You know who it's a horrible night for?
Elizabeth Warren, who's going to drop out by the end of the night,
and Michael Bloomberg. There ain't enough
God.
money. There ain't enough money on this earth to pay people to go out and vote for him. Apparently,
money cannot buy you happiness.
It can.
Just black people to act like they support you.
Wow.
That's about all.
Wow.
Money can buy you black people and Mexicans to sit behind you.
All right.
No, it's the truth.
I ain't gonna say it's not.
And by the way, don't think white people won't show up if you pay them enough. Let's not, come on, let's be honest. We're waiting for some of these Texas results to come in.
Speaking about
Texas is one of the big places Bloomberg was making a play. But like we said, Bloomberg made a big play in Virginia, and he's currently in fourth place. Fourth place.
Hey, I do want to talk about Texas, because what everybody has to know is it's obviously red-ish. Tonight, we're going to find out if it's going to start to move a little purplish and then eventually into the blue. There are a couple of key seats in Texas that we want to keep an eye out. Should we just go through them really quickly? Because I got show prep everywhere. We got different colors. We got every color of the rainbow here. Here we go. I want to talk about Texas 22nd District. Pierce Bush, the grandson of former President George H.W. Bush, is running in a crowded Republican primary to succeed GOP Representative Pete Olson. He also... Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention that tells you where the Republican Party is right now, because 10 years ago, if someone with the last name Bush entered a race, it was
done.
What do you mean you're jumping in the race? Someone with the last name Bush is there. It could be for dog catcher. But if a Bush enters a Republican primary, it's over. And you just said it's a crowded race with a Bush in there. Crowded. Think about that.
Yeah. So we'll see if Texas is done with the Bushes, and if they're not.
But here's the thing. Let's argue this. I think that the trend going blue, because you've got these little I call them the AOC plants that they've planted there with some AOC primaries going on. We kind of have it going on in our own backyard in the 16th district. If they go down that route, that's going to, in my opinion, slow down the blue trend in Texas. It will be sped up if they do the smart thing, which is nominate moderate Democrats. But if they go far left, that's going to slow down like molasses this Texas turning blue process.
Yeah, so that's in the Texas 22nd. In the Texas 28th, you have Democrat Congressman Henry Cuellar And Coulaire has a primary challenger, an AOC type, who used to intern for him.
Yes.
Yes.
And you talked about this before, and talk about it again. With the Latino community, and you said that this is going to benefit Costa because they might view it a little bit as disrespectful by Soria from this younger generation trying to take on the old guard. And you said how that's perceived among Mexicans or Latinos.
Oh, yeah. You listen, the Latino community works in hierarchy. It's kind of that old school. It's really what we really should bring back, which is, hey, you got to respect your elders, right? You got to.
So there are some Latinos in this district and in the 16th district here in California that view in 16th that view what Soria is doing as disrespectful.
They do. We'll find out tonight. We'll find out tonight. But in Texas, in this what is this? Texas's 28th district, Cisneros, which is the current congressman. Has a lot of progressive ideas. Sorry, no, it's Coulaire. What am I talking about? The challenger, Cisneros, she's got a lot of progressive ideas, including Medicare for All, the Green New Deal, and we'll find out if she's actually going to be able to upset and take that establishment Democrat to the bank.
Her campaign has labeled what's the incumbent's name? Labeled him Trump's favorite Democrat.
Yes.
Which, by the way, is also what the Democrats in the Costa race like to label Jim Costa.
Yeah, it's
funny enough.
Henry Coulaire is his name. And I know I'm pronouncing that right. It's probably Cuillier because the double L's. Remember, we went over this yesterday in your Spanish lesson?
This is not a Spanish lesson type of day.
I got a Spanish I voted button. Ya voté.
I don't know why. Why are you wearing that?
Because I'm gonna walk around tonight when I go visit some of the Democrat places.
Oh no!
And be like, hey, I voted twice.
You're wearing that because that's going to get you into the Soria party.
Wow.
Listen, if you walk in there with "I voted" in English, they don't even let you.
They're
not going to let you into Soria. Your loyalty has to be with Mexico.
Yeah, there you go.
Now Bloomberg is currently speaking. Do you want to do an over or under real quick on if he's about to drop out? He's speaking kind of early.
Bloomberg's not going to drop out.
But he's speaking early, and Texas hasn't. Well, we don't even know the Texas numbers yet, and he's already speaking. We know some of them, but it's less than 6% in Texas.
Look how we're talking about Texas. This is how razor close it is. 26.8 to Joe Biden's. Well, that was Bernie Sanders to Joe Biden's. What was it? 25
Hold
point something.
On. Can I say this, please? Can I please say this?
Say it.
Elizabeth Warren in her home state, 3rd place, not even at 20%. Oh, that makes me happy. I don't know why, but that makes me very happy. 3rd place, not even at 20. It's her home state. Homegirl dropping out soon. She's going to be leaving the reservation.
Gosh, my guess is Elizabeth Warren's probably going to say that America is sexist. They're not ready for a woman yet. You know it's coming. Come on, you know it's coming. This is a man's race. It always has been. Where they're not ready, it's America's fault. It's not my fault because I'm not a great candidate and I lied about my heritage.
She's doing the Hillary Clinton exit strategy. Everyone's fault except my own.
Yeah, she's going to be probably writing a book. How it happened, or how it shouldn't have happened.
Is she going to be having book signings at Costco on tubs of toilet paper?
Yeah, there you go. There's another important race there that Republicans really want to get in Texas. Was it Jones, right? You heard about this one?
Say that one more time.
There's another race. I gotta find it here. It's in Texas as well. It is with a Republican veteran, and we're trying to capture a seat that was taken from us in veteran. In the midterm, so I'll have to figure out where that one is in Texas.
A lot of action going on in Texas tonight. Arkansas polls just closed. Should we do like all the networks and say that the breaking news is it's too close to call, even though the polls just closed 25 seconds ago? Too close to call in a state that just closed 25 seconds ago, unbelievably enough.
Too close to call, but Channel 47, Central Valley Channel 47.
Channel 47.
I gotta give them grief.
They're posting the results of the general right now. They've got general election results. That's how far ahead they are.
So if you didn't know this, here locally in Fresno, Channel 47, your Central Valley, posted results yesterday. Posted results and it was like.
And here's the thing.
It was legit. It was like, what, 82% reporting?
No, it had Dyer winning outright. It had Esparza. Again, if these are the real results, I ain't going to be complaining. It had Dyer winning. It had Esparza winning. Let's hope we get something in this ballpark later on tonight.
Yeah, well, I ended up emailing. I ended up texting someone from 20.
And it was those damn Russians, wasn't it?
It was the Russians. Well, it was the college students.
Well, Russian college students.
You know what? They could be Russian. I have no idea.
There you go, yeah.
Mini Mike Bloomberg is addressing supporters right now.
Without a doubt, he's standing on a box. I'll bet money on that.
He's
on a box right now.
Yeah, because the mics are a couple inches down.
Yeah, he's definitely on a box, number one. It seems his campaign invested heavy. Maybe they heard what we were saying about the blacks and Mexicans behind us. He's got an Asian behind him now. All right.
He's literally got every single.
Yes. He's like black woman here, Asian man a little to the left, white women will take you up in the corner.
I don't see a black voter behind a black male voter.
There is right there. The black
male voter.
Okay, but here's the thing: is
never mind. Up top.
Oh, okay, never mind. We got a black guy. Yeah. See the black woman?
I do.
Yeah, her nephew is right up there. That's who that is.
Stop. Mike Bloomberg, I have no idea what the heck he's telling supporters.
He might drop out.
He's not going to drop out. He's got way too much money. And eventually, listen, Jairus, you got money. It means a lot.
And here's the thing. The two candidates, I'm not saying for sure that Bloomberg's going to drop out, but I am saying for sure Pocahontas is going to drop out. The two people that they look a little bit on shaky ground, especially Elizabeth Warren, because she doesn't have nearly as much money and she's not supposed to win any state. In every state I see her in tonight, she's in third or fourth place. They both said this week, we're taking this all the way to a contested convention. Bloomberg came out just a few hours ago.
Wait. Who said they're going to take it?
Bloomberg came out just a few hours ago. Our very own ABC reported it and said that a contested convention is his only way to the nomination. Only way to the nomination.
So what makes you think Elizabeth Warren's going to drop out if she said that?
Because Warren didn't say that.
No.
Bloomberg said that.
You got to be loving what you're seeing right now. If you're a conservative right now, the Democrats are going to start eating each other up right now. Joe Biden, he might be the comeback kid. Forget Clinton. Joe Biden might be, and when I say kid, he is the youngest male in the race.
Yeah, technically speaking, yeah. Currently, right now, statewide in Texas, Bernie Sanders 26%, Joe Biden 25%, and Bloomberg 20%. Okay, so there we go. Maybe he's not going to drop out because he's got a strong third place finish now.
That's with 5% reporting. Bernie Sanders has a razor thin margin in Texas.
May not be as good of a night as we thought.
Much more for who?
I thought that would be bigger for Bernie.
Hey, I called this from day one. This is why you listen to me, because I give you good information. You're listening to the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED Super Tuesday election coverage. Later on, we'll be visiting some of the campaign parties here locally live. Don't change that dial. Keep it right here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED, all the way on the right end of the AM dial.
Over coronavirus concerns.
I showed up in boots.
Actually, Garth Brooks showed up in a Barry Sanders jersey, but some are mad because they thought it was a Bernie Sanders jersey. It was in Detroit. Barry Sanders played for the Detroit Lions, and it had Barry's number, 20. Sanders, 20. Some thought that was Brooks choosing sides in the election, but it wasn't. America Ferrera, handing in her vest.
Around here, the less screwing everything up you do, the better.
Leaving the NBC Comedy Superstore at the end of this season, season 5.
Hey, soul sister.
And Train frontman Pat Monahan is 51 Friday. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If you are a California resident and a member of your household participates in SNAP or receives SSI benefits, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month or less. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway included at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/access now to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. SSI refers to the Federal Supplemental Security Income Program. Pricing excludes taxes and fees, includes 1 terabyte of data per month. Data overage charges apply. For details about data allowance, go to att.com/internet-usage. Geographic and service restrictions apply.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal. We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who will get the IRS off your back.
We saved our home and overcame the most powerful collection agency in the world.
Call Tax Solutions now. Time is running out. Call 800-720-8005. 800-720-8005. 800-720-8005.
2020 special election coverage starts now. And now, your hosts Guillermo Moreno and Jarris Jackson.
Super Tuesday coverage here at the New Talk Radio 1680 KGD. We want to really thank Congressman Devin Nunes, Diamond and Silk, Mark Lauder with the Trump campaign for joining us here. And we're just starting.
Yeah, so
you awake over there?
Wanted to get to.
You're going till like midnight, Jarris. You better find the strength somewhere to keep going.
Okay, I wanted to mention, because you hadn't even heard of this story, and I wanted to make sure this was out. Midget Man Michael Bloomberg, this is from our very own ABC. They broke this about 30 minutes before we came on the air with Congressman Nunes. This is the tweet ABC News sent out. Asked if he wants a contested convention, Michael Bloomberg went on to say, quote, "I don't think that I can win any other way. Calling a contested convention, quote, our democratic process." So Bloomberg said... So I guess that means Bloomberg can lose as many states as he wants, because he doesn't even he puts no value in even winning states.
Jarris, you heard the other Democrats say this. Mike Bloomberg is going to buy the nomination. And that's what you do at a contested convention. What you're going to do is you're going to make sure your people are on the rules committee. You're going to go in there, you're going to muddy it up, and you're going to buy the nomination. That's what he's trying to do. If you are a conservative, you're a Republican, you are mighty happy right now. Mighty happy.
Listen, if happiness was a drug, I suggest you snort a lot of it before the California polls close. Okay,
that is a very good point.
Listen, all I am saying is there's a slight chance that within the next few hours, all this happiness could be wiped away.
Yeah. On that note, we have Alex Tavlian joining us here from SJV Sun.
We were just about to get into some local stuff, and then you got my Armenian brother, Alex Tavlian, throwing heat on the line.
Alex Tavlian joining us. Alex.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Man, you are following a hot list of guests: Congressman Devin Nunes, Diamond and Silk, Mark Lauder from President Trump's campaign, and now the Alex Tavlian. So we're
not doing a downgrade at all.
No. This is a major upgrade, guys. I definitely beat Devin Nunes and Diamond and Silk.
All right, well, we won't tell him that. Alex Tavlian on the line here. Let's go hyper local. No.
Can we start with our question? Can we pose it to him about our Dyer 50 plus?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so I just wanted to lead with this, my brother. Tonight Guillermo is convinced that it's over tonight, and that Dyer's going to get the 50 plus one.
I do.
What says you?
You know, I will say this: I don't know if it'll be done tonight, but I definitely think it will be done by the end of this month. So I think when the votes are counted, you're going to see Jerry Dyer probably taking the mayorship.
Well, yeah, I listen.
We're
I like
in agreement. He's going to take it. The question is tonight or November.
I think. Listen, November's a lot closer called. I want him to take it tonight. I don't want it to go on in November.
No, I think you know, if really the issue ultimately is whether or not he's, you know, a lot of the issues with how ballots are coming in and the provisional ballots. So I mean, as far as tonight, I don't know, but I think certainly by the end of this month, when they finish all the counting in the March primary, I think he's going to have it.
I have some sources on the left that say that the little hiccups this morning might have benefited Dyer, especially in West Fresno.
Well, how many Dyer voters do you think are in West Fresno?
He's got it. No, you might have a couple.
No, we're not saying he doesn't have any, but come on now. Voting problems in West Fresno, we all know who that benefits.
Alex. Well, don't forget, guys. All these hiccups, they affect not just West Fresno; they affected the entire county. So, to be perfectly honest, I mean, it hurt Dyer as much as it helps him.
Yeah, all right, let's go on to Fresno City Council District number 4. My Democrat source also said at least...
Man, you got a lot of Democrats.
I do have a lot of Democrats. At least 3 to 5 percentage points between Tyler Maxwell and Nathan Alonso in favor of Tyler Maxwell. That's what I'm being told, Alex. What are your thoughts?
You've got Democratic sources a Democrat.
I will say this. Every bit of polling I've seen in District 4, which hasn't been a whole lot, I'll be perfectly honest, for a race that tight, you expect a little bit more out there, and it's on a knife edge. I honestly I could believe them having polling saying that. Whether that's what's going to happen, honestly, I think the only people that know are the people at the elections office. This is going to be the race to watch for the next month as ballots are getting counted.
Really? You think it's so? This could not end tonight in District 4, and even the mayorship is what you're predicting.
No, I think these are all. I think we're going to see most of these races moving. It's going to take a whole month. But we know we're going to have finality at least in this race. The mayor's race we may not, but my gut and your gut says we're going to be done. But this race will be done because there's only 2 candidates. But it's going to be a long time before we know.
Well, Guillermo, I got bad news. I think since we're stationed in California, we're going to need to have election months. Okay, California.
Yeah, I'm going home.
We're a progressive
I'm going
state.
home.
Funny if you looked at Jerry Dyer's statement today on the hiccups, he mentioned that he talked about the fact that we no longer have election day, election month.
Yeah, you're probably right. Here's another race that will more than likely be called tonight, or at least we'll find out who the two are going to be. Jim Costa, the sitting congressman for the 16th Congressional District. Esmeralda Soria from the City Council for District 2. Kevin Cookingham, Kim Williams, the progressive in the race. What say you about Congressional District 16?
I know a lot of the Democrats on the Fresno City Council, their colleagues, are going to make it through to November against Jim Costa. I do not share their optimism. I think Esmeralda Soria is going to have a pretty rough night. A lot of Democrats are sticking with Jim Costa. They don't like the fact.
Hey, Alex, you're breaking out there. You're breaking out, Alex.
I'm sorry, guys. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you a lot better.
Perfect. Thank you. And what I was saying is that I think a lot of Democrats are going to really felt like she ran unprovoked against Costa. There really wasn't anything that drove her to do this other than AOC fever. And so I think most Republicans are not jumping to help Jim Costa. They feel like there are enough Democrats out there to get him through to the general. So when it comes to strategic voting, they're going to vote with Kevin Cookingham, and I think Kevin Cookingham's going to make it through.
Yeah, Steve Frank yesterday right here on this program said that if it's Soria and Cookingham, Cookingham's going to take it. If it's Soria and Costa, Costa's more than likely. I'm sorry, Soria, all these names.
You had it right, actually.
Did I have it right?
Yeah, you did.
If Costa and Cookingham go, Costa's going to take it. So apparently he thinks in District 16 that they're going to come out against the progressive agenda.
Yeah, you know what? I could see that. If Cookingham and Soria go head to head, I could see Cookingham making a solid case for election. I think he has a good shot.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. What are you following there at SJV Sun? Besides everything,
we've got that you didn't mention. We've got 2 supervisor races that are going to shape up really strong in the South Valley. The Tulare County Board of Supervisors has a two-way challenge to Supervisor Kyler Crocker. Again, similar race, like no reason to run against him. He's a pretty conservative vote, but 2 people, a former deputy sheriff, and a former mayor of Exeter are running against him. And down in Kern County, Supervisor David Couch is facing off against Dolores Huerta's son, Emilio Huerta. That's a really fun race, and I ask folks to go back to SJV Sun. Take a look. We have a link to a story about this race. It's actually the reason why they're running now. This is the second time David Couch has had to run for office in the last 2 years. In 2018, he was forced to run in a new district, heavily Latino. He beat back the mayor of Delano, Grace Vallejo. And that race was fascinating because he wasn't supposed to win it. They drew it intentionally so a Latino elected official, a Latino Democrat, would win. And he wound up pulling it out because of a second Latino in the race, so 3-person race. He pulled it out in November of 2018. And so a lot of people are watching that race with intrigue to see if Emilio Huerta can finally get the brass ring, so to speak, of Kern County politics, a supervisor seat.
Hey, I know you're watching this race. David Valadeo, TJ Cox, what do you think?
I'll be honest. This morning I started taking bets. For most people at home, you may remember we did a story about the 2 father and son, Ricardo and Rocky De La Fuente, who are running against TJ and David.
Forgot about that.
We have a bet going on as to the over/under on how much the De La Fuentes will get. How much vote share they'll get tonight. To be honest with you, I'm looking at it right now, and the Democrats have had to spend. It's kind of been underreported or unreported. Democrats have had to spend $250,000 to prop up TJ Cox in the primary. And to me, what that says is they're really worried about his prospects. I think you're going to see David Valadeo win the primary again.
I agree with you on that one, but it's a primary. What's statistically and just realistically, what does this mean? Why do candidates care in that race, especially if you're David Valadeo and TJ Cox? Why do they care about the numbers tonight?
Well, it matters so much in that it projects strength moving forward. I think if we were looking at a June primary, it'd matter a little bit more. But certainly for Valadeo, it shows. Look, 2018 was a fluke. It was not the trend line. I still am able to connect with this district. I'm able to win this district, and therefore, I still have command over what these people like and think, and I'm the guy for them, not TJ Cox, some outsider.
Yeah. Alex Tavlian, where can people go? Sign up for SJV Sun and your newsletter, which I get every morning. I read every single article that you guys post.
Thank you so much. Well, you can read Sunrise AM, our weekday morning newsletter, our tip sheet. You can go to sjvsun.com/sign up.
There you go. Alex Tavlian, appreciate your time, and I know you're going to be watching everything closely. Hey, if you get, if you're like Central Valley, Channel 47, you get results before the world gets results. Let me know.
Amen to that. Yeah, and of course the math is completely incorrect because I went to law school, not to accounting school. So
there you go, Alex Tavlian with SJV Sun. We appreciate you, man.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Alex Tavlian there does a fantastic job. Sign up for the newsletter as well. You get it delivered right into your inbox every single morning. Alex Tavlian does a knockout job. Jairus, what do you got? You got any breaking news?
You want some primary numbers here, my brother?
Let's get some Let's
Tennessee. Go over to Massachusetts first. Over there in Massachusetts, Bernie Sanders is currently got 30% of the vote. Right underneath him, Elizabeth Warren with 29, and rounding at the top 3, Joe Biden at 26. We're still sitting at 5% in there. Over there in the great state of Texas, we are at 20% in. Bernie Sanders 28%, Joe Biden 22, Bloomberg 18, Pocahontas 13. So, I mean, we got 21% of the vote in Texas. It's safe to say Bernie's not going to have a Nevada-style blowout.
I'm looking at some of the numbers here that CNN is projecting.
And really, Bloomberg's money is really showing off tonight in Tennessee, where he is almost even with Bernie Sanders, who was in first place with 24% of the vote, Michael Bloomberg, 23%, and Joe Biden, 22%.
Well, CNN is reporting in Tennessee it's 24-24 for Biden and Bloomberg. Wait, I don't know. My numbers are, you know how math is racist against me. Jairus is getting frustrated.
Because we have meetings that we're going to go off the associated.
My bad. I apologize.
We keep having meetings.
I see results, and I just want to be.
Okay, and do you know what we said in the meeting? That we were going to go off Associated Press
fine.
for everything
no
else,
fake news,
and we were going to go off Secretary of State.
No
for
fake
us.
news.
You're up here reading off John King's big board off CNN.
It's such a pretty board.
My gosh.
Guillermo Moreno here, Jairus Jackson. You just messed me all up here. You're listening to the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED.
Colorado and Minnesota up next, top of the hour.
Dude, I totally got
this fucking guy.
that way.
It as it is.
Hey, hold on. All right, folks, you're listening to the magic of radio.
AP, Secretary of State. We don't care what John King and Wolf Blitz is going to talk about. We really don't. It is a nice board.
It is, though. I mean,
why don't we have one of those?
Because that probably costs like, I don't know, $40,000.
So we got the money?
Yeah. That's why I ain't gonna say it.
No, what were you gonna say?
I'm not gonna say it.
No, say it.
I'm not gonna say it. Don't worry about it.
Say it.
130. So Biden's up in the delegate count right now. That's gonna go away once California comes into play, but
it's not gonna be as lopsided as we think.
Hey, Beto O'Rourke's endorsement might have really, the fake Mexican might have really helped out Joe Biden.
Me and his love and commitment to Israel, while his more than 80 times in the land well outnumbers the number of my own visits. I'm speaking about retired Marine Corps Colonel John Somerville. John leads groups to Israel on a regular basis, and they are not just run-of-the-mill trips. They are certainly biblically based, but John makes sure you meet with and learn from Israeli soldiers, ambassadors, all sorts of Jews, and just plain Israeli citizens.
Thank you, Dennis. We are going back to Israel. It's springtime in Jerusalem, the best time to be there. The 24th of March to the 5th of April. It's springtime in Jerusalem. You're just going to love it.
Call him at 559-877-2882 for the finest in travel and learning in Israel. 559-877-2882 for the finest in travel and learning in Israel.
Farm labor contracting is not just about people. It's about performance and managing joint liability. Some growers choose cheaper labor only to find that their production was lacking or that their farm labor contractors were not being paid properly. With AB 1897, every grower should take the necessary steps to ensure that their labor is compliant with all regulations and tax obligations. Let me introduce you to AMB Labor Services. That's the strength of AMB Labor Services. They are committed to regulatory compliance and open lines of communication with the grower. They provide supervisors with years of experience. For the sake of your bottom line and your peace of mind, I encourage you to contact AMB Labor Services. Their telephone number is 559-674-5400. That's 674-5400. AMB Labor, the labor you keep.
Super Tuesday coverage on the new talk. Wait, you going to cut the music?
What is wrong with Joe Biden's? So we're watching right now. Joe Biden's campaign is like outside of some gymnasium in the hood. I guess they couldn't, like, why didn't you do?
they're pretty sure they're in Compton right now.
I can literally see the gym in the background. Why didn't you idiots go inside? And they're putting up like the back signage right now. Like there's two campaign staffers with scotch tape trying to put up signs right now as we speak. It's just all types of tackiness.
I don't think Joe Biden even thought he was going to be doing this well. The margin in Texas for Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders is razor thin.
Again, there were two polls within the last 2 days that showed Bernie up by plus 15. So think about that. The last 2 days, two polls that showed Bernie up by more than 15. It's currently 21% in, and it's 28-22 Bernie on top.
And let's just talk about the help that Joe Biden got. He got Pete Butt Edge in there, and he also got Beto O'Rourke, the fake Latino. Robert Francis O'Rourke went down there and helped him out.
Now, the real Latino... Okay, you're now frantically moving here.
Yeah, well, that's what Beto O'Rourke does.
Yeah. By the way, he seemed calmer, though. He didn't
He said he was going to take away our guns.
Well, I'm just saying he wasn't as frantic.
Our guns like we own guns.
He didn't see. Maybe it's like the stress of the campaign was off of him, and he didn't feel the need to talk like this anymore.
I just want to be clear. We're going to take away your guns, and then after that, we're going to take away your rights. Yes. And I don't care. Beep, beep. And that's him because he had a foul mouth. If Joe Biden, I'm going to make a prediction.
What is your prediction?
I'm going to make a prediction.
By the way, it's tied up right now in Tennessee. Go ahead.
Tennessee?
Yeah, tied up with Bernie.
Between Bernie and Joe. I thought Mike Bloomberg was making a play in Tennessee.
Mike Bloomberg has slipped to third.
Third, okay. I'm going to make a call here. If Joe Biden walks away with Texas,
you don't think he wins the night? You think the whole thing is over?
No, he will. If he walks away with Texas,
I already think it's been a pretty good night.
Nobody cares about California, all right? Everyone's propping up California's delegates nobody cares about California. They're all crazy over there. Here,
Guillermo, that makes no sense. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not some far out place. That's right outside our freaking door.
I like to, I like to walk out and think I'm not here.
You can't have 400 plus delegates and say it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. Realistically, it doesn't matter, especially when you go on to. It doesn't go on. All right.
There's not
remember, math is racist. That's an established statistic. It doesn't matter because when you go to the other states, this is just a stepping stone tonight. When you go to the other states, they know, okay, California, there's a bunch of wacko socialist progressives. Yeah, it's a good lion's share, but
it's the biggest.
But going forward, California is not representative of the states that are coming up. That's all I'm saying.
Now, you're right in that instance, and that's why the Biden campaign is spending over $1.5 million in some of the upcoming Missouri and Michigan states, hoping that they can turn out that moderate black constituency. You lived in Michigan. Right, what are the blacks up there like?
I'm going to be in Michigan at the end of the week.
What are they like? Are they moderate? Are they very left wing? What are they?
They're more moderate. Michigan is more of a moderate state. But you know what? I'm a little worried because the Detroit area, that's where Rashida Tlaib is.
That's where he's focusing these ads, by the way. It says Biden, the Detroit area is where he's focusing these ads.
He could be. That's really smart because if you go after that in that Detroit Ann Arbor area, that's where you're going to win. Southwest Michigan, where I went to school, It's a little bit more conservative, but I don't see Bernie Sanders winning that geographical location. I don't see Bernie Sanders really winning Michigan. But I also didn't see Rashida Tlaib coming out of Michigan either. I don't know. I haven't been to Michigan.
Oh, come on. That's apples and oranges. Whole state or a little district. Come on now. Don't kill you.
Yeah, that's a good point. If you're forcing me to make a decision, I'm going to have to go with, I think Joe Biden will take Michigan. That's what I'm telling you. Joe Biden already has done very well. As of right now, without any of the other states coming in, Joe Biden's this is going to go on for quite a while. The big question tonight is going to be, is he going to be able to walk away with Texas at this point in time? Because he's not going to walk away with California. Is he going to walk away with Texas?
Now, if depending on how well it goes in Texas, with right now you've got him running very close with Bernie Sanders.
He's close in every state.
Depending on how it goes in California, if California's not a major blowout, you could start to have a conversation that it might take some states that it's never taken before. But Joe might be able to get this with a regular clean convention. He may not even need the DNC to steal things from him. Who knows? Who knows? Now, it'll be close. But Joe may not need a second and third ballot and all these super duper delegates to come in. He might be able to do it a little bit cleaner. Maybe.
I'm just curious if after tonight, you're going to start hearing Bernie Sanders really flip a lid, saying, hey, the establishment is against me. And I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if he's already going to start complaining about how some of these primaries are held.
Well, he
any
did say
technical
yesterday,
glitches. You're going to hear a complainer.
He being Bernie Sanders did say yesterday that Biden's a decent guy. He's just wrong on the issues. I think that first decent guy part might go away depending on the delegate numbers after tonight.
I want to see those debates with just Biden and Bernie on stage. Can you?
Do you?
Oh man, it's going to be.
It has the potential to be fun, but it sounds kind of boring too.
No, it's going to be a knockout. It's going to be a knockout.
Joe Biden is boring. Bernie's been saying the same speech since the Soviet Union.
Joe Biden. What did he say the gaffes that are coming out of Joe? What did he say?
You mean besides Super Thursday?
Well, no, yeah, he said all men are created. Well, you know.
All men are created under God. You know
the rest. You know the rest. Don't worry about it. And vote for me for United States Senate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
beat the tar out of corn pop.
Yeah, on Thursday.
On Thursday.
Yeah, vote for Joe Biden for United States Senate.
Oklahoma. What is Oklahoma?
Oklahoma is okay, ladies and gentlemen. We'll pull up those numbers right there. Elizabeth Warren, oddly enough, in Oklahoma. What are you gonna say?
Nothing.
No. Say it. Go ahead.
Let me guess. She tricked someone into Oklahoma with her heritage.
Well, Oklahoma has a lot of natives. Okay, a lot of real natives, we should say, not fake ones.
Thank you. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe she was able to play that card. But currently, right now in Oklahoma, Joe Biden pulling away 34% of the vote. Bernie Sanders 23%. Mike Bloomberg 15%. Elizabeth Warren 13%, and that is with 38% in, boys and girls.
Hey, you got to give it to the Democrats, man. The DNC, the establishment, they're firing back. They're firing back, and Joe Biden is becoming somewhat relevant.
Again, guys, I'm telling you, if you're a Republican, you're conservative, get all the happiness out right now. Because after 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, may not be a lot of happiness to go around.
That's right. Larry Elder, the sage from South Central, is going to be joining us in the next hour.
Can we do our favorite election night theme, which is look through some of these mailers of these local candidates when we come back?
Yeah, we can do that. There's some hot ones coming out of District 4. You're listening to the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED's coverage of Super Tuesday. I'll be out and about. Jerry Dyer's campaign, Esmeralda Soria, Mike Bloomberg, Bernie Sanders. Stay tuned. We're going to go as late as we have to make sure you get the results. All right, I want to give you guys a... hey, can you press the BSI button there? Just turn it off, the BSI. Hey, we want to give you guys... we're on a commercial break, but we do want to let you know that Joe Biden has won Oklahoma. Joe Biden has won Oklahoma. Minnesota, yet to be heard from. Texas, the lead for Bernie Sanders is climbing back up. So it looks like Bernie Sanders might still have a pretty damn good night with the delegate count.
Well, they're proportional. So, I mean, if he doesn't have distance, he's got to have some pretty good distance. I mean, again, you're dealing with 400 plus delegates. It's proportional. If Joe is, if you're in the 20s and Joe's within the 20s, or you're within the...
Texas is proportional.
They're all proportional.
Yes.
So,
if Bernie Sanders doesn't, if you have another candidate in there that's getting more than 15%, you might, hey, John Bachico. Johnny here an hour early? Look at this dude. He ain't running on color people time.
Talk about with the account.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, you have to ask.
Can you click it on BSI?
Stack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Martin Luther King III has joined a chorus of calls to stop the execution of a man convicted in the 2004 killings of 3 Alabama police officers. Nathaniel Woods is scheduled to die Thursday. His accomplice confessed to being the sole gunman, but separate juries convicted both men of capital murder. King repeating his father in a letter to Governor Ivey saying, quote, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." Final results in Israel's election expected tomorrow.
The Israeli election results will not delay the opening of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's corruption trial. Even if he begins coalition talks, Netanyahu is required to show up in person to Jerusalem's district court in 2 weeks on March 17th. The official charges will be read to him: 1 count of bribery and multiple counts of fraud and breach of trust stemming from 3 cases. Netanyahu allegedly traded favors with billionaires for personal gain and to manipulate the media in his favor. He staunchly denies all wrongdoing. Jordana Miller, ABC News, Jerusalem.
The Attorney General in Georgia finds there's no foundation to Republican Governor Brian Kemp's allegations that Democrats tried to hack the state's voter registration system before his 2018 election. Kemp beat Democrat Stacey Abrams by about 55,000 votes. Amazon says it's removed more than 1 million products for misleading claims or price gouging amid the coronavirus outbreak. This is ABC News.
Brought to you by Attorney Tax. If you're in trouble with the IRS and owe at least $10,000 in back taxes, listen to this important public announcement. The IRS is now offering a special program called the Fresh Start Initiative, which can offer significantly reduced settlements. These unique programs have been allocated to help the economy and substantially reduce or eliminate your tax burden. See if you qualify and get the help you need by calling the Consumer Hotline, 800-343-3020, 800-343-3020.
Daria Albinger, ABC News.
The madness of 2020.
It's a race to the rim. Oh, man! Major rock attack! Down it goes! Jack Haller's at home!
Of course, but nothing is madder than March. Politics?
This is President Trump's Republican Party now. Completely.
Basketball.
You're listening to the new Talk Radio 1680 KGED.
Attention business owners, entrepreneurs, and side hustlers. Do you need up to $10,000 in your bank account today? Introducing Biddy Advance, the nation's leader in micro advance funding for small businesses. As a direct funder, we supply the funds without the rigid bank rules. If you've been in business for 2 months or more, generate at least $4,000 a month in revenue, and have a business checking account, you're all set. And don't worry, credit is not a factor because the number one rule in business is to stay in business. Do you need inventory? A new marketing plan? Are you behind in some business bills? If you're a business owner that wants to grow and can use $2,000 to $10,000 today, call Biddy Advance now. And in just one quick free 2-minute call, you could get funded today for $2,000 to $10,000. Call now.
800-264-3150. 800-264-3150. That's 800-264-3150.
Super Tuesday election coverage right here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Man, what a night it has been. Congressman Devin Nunes joined us earlier. Diamond and Silk, Mark Lauder with the Trump campaign, Alex Tavlian as well. Jairus Jackson, John Machiko joining me in studio here as we break down the results.
Johnny, how you doing, brother?
The most important guest you've had tonight.
The most, yeah, and none other than John.
Well, you did bring snacks.
Sorry,
so.
Devin, I did bring snacks.
I know this is like I feel like we're at like an old person bingo game here. You got multicolored pens, you got snacks. It's a long night. We get it.
That's pretty fun.
Some breaking news here. Joe Biden has won the state of Oklahoma. Fox News has projected Biden wins Virginia, North Carolina, Alabama, Oklahoma.
And I don't know who it's surprised by, but the dope-smoking hippies out in Colorado have chosen Bernie Sanders. Not shocking to anyone.
Not shocking to anyone.
No, not at all.
So here, John, you looked at me really weird when I said Joe Biden was going to win the nomination. So I have to sit here and just gloat for a while because...
For a while? You've been doing it since 4 o'clock.
Hey, listen, Jairus.
What do you mean a while?
Relax. How dumb do I not look now that Joe Biden is having a resurgence?
Because you look dumb for a while.
Jairus,
for a while.
Let me enjoy my moment.
No, I'm just
because
saying.
as soon as California comes in, as soon as they start putting up better math for Sanders, it's all going to go away.
I'm listening to you earlier as I'm driving to my accountant's office because I had an appointment with the accountant today. And I could hear the gloating before I got here. So this is not unexpected.
Oh, yeah,
and you feel smug. You should feel a little smug right now.
Yeah.
But it's still too early, John.
It is way too early.
Hey, you guys have been saying that since I called this.
And before I walked in,
it's still too early.
You don't think California's going to matter? California matters.
It really does. As far as the delegate count goes,
it matters.
It's not going to matter because Joe Biden has won enough states tonight, I believe.
He has won more states than I anticipated
to continue to be relevant. So that's why California is not going to pack as big as a punch as it would have.
The one thing I do agree with is Texas. He had an early prognostication said he had about a 2 to 5 point advantage there.
Yeah.
If he does get Texas, considering how many states he's already won, he at least is relevant now. For sure.
People have got to understand, we went into Texas today thinking that Bernie was set for another Nevada-style blowout. That's what the polls and what the pundits were saying. Yeah. And for it to currently be right now, according to the Associated Press, 23% in, Bernie 28, Biden 22. Biden is already, with only 22% in, already doing better than the last 5 polls said he was going to do, period.
The happiest people here are the DNC.
No, the happiest people are CNN, MSNBC, and everybody. They have not been this happy since Obama got elected the second time.
I don't know.
So here's the reality. All right, here's where we're at. Here's where we're at.
It's going to be a disaster.
No, it's going to be a disaster no matter what. This is where we are at right now.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders it almost seemed like he was on an unstoppable train.
Yeah, talk about a roller coaster. Oh, what? And then
yeah. So here's where we're at now. You're going to have the establishment wing of the Democrat Party, the far left AOC, Ilhan Omar progressives, against the establishment, the Joe Biden, the Clintons, the DNC, CNN, MSNBC.
Antifa.
Antifa, well, unless you're the unless you're the DA's husband who waves a gun at them, and anyhow.
God bless him for that, by the way.
So you're no matter which way you look at it, you're going to see a battle between the Democrats. The Democrats are going to tear each other to shreds before they even get a nominee, which is just going to be fantastic.
Well, a lot of people have said that they're going to be ripped apart if they're going to be ripped apart before the convention.
They're going to be ripped apart tonight.
They're showing up into the convention in shreds. They're going to be ripped apart. They don't need a brokered convention to split the party apart.
So Sanders has to fight the Republicans. He's got to fight the DNC. He's fighting everybody. I mean, he really is. They don't want him there.
It wouldn't surprise me, John, if Bernie Sanders tonight goes on there. You're going to know from his speech how vulnerable he feels.
I agree. You're right.
He might bring up Hunter Biden. If he brings up Hunter Biden, gloves are off. They're going to go after each other.
Yeah, that's going to be some serious.
You don't think he brings up Hunter Biden?
That's not desperate.
Desperate times. No. Listen, like I said before, Bernie has been saying the same speech since the Soviet Union, and the Hunter Biden thing has been deemed a right-wing conspiracy talking point by those people. We know what it really is, but by those people, it's a right-wing conspiracy.
If you are Sanders and you feel that you have to fight up against everybody, you'll bring all things out. And I wouldn't be surprised. I think you're right.
Well, yeah. I mean, come on. Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren, remember when she went after Mike Bloomberg on that debate stage? She said that, hey, at least my boss didn't tell me to go kill my baby. I mean, she was going for blood here. We have a key race projection, Jairus.
Well, so we've got the state of Minnesota, which would have been interesting if Amy Klobuchar hadn't gotten that call from the DNC, because it would have been interesting to see how this race was going to crumble. But now that she just got out and fell in line and endorsed Joe Biden, it's not all that interesting. But first out the gate, we got 1% reporting right here. Joe Biden at 42%, Bernie Sanders at 27%, and Elizabeth Warren at 13% in Minnesota.
So has the race been called in Minnesota?
The Associated Press has not called the race.
So and Sanders has the early lead.
No, Biden.
In Texas.
In yeah. Well, it was close in Texas, but now it looks like Bernie Sanders is kind of running away with it with 7 percentage points.
I don't know if I would say running away.
I'm really surprised because Biden was the guy that they were saying had about a 2 to 5 point polling. So that's very interesting.
I'm just happy my prediction months ago is not.
Yeah, but listen, if he loses Texas and he loses California,
he's going to lose.
But here's the thing: is Guillermo has said this before, guys. It's a game of margins at this point, and that's the thing too. And especially because the Democrats, everyone gets a trophy, so it's proportional. They're not like us; we're savages. Yep. We do winner take all. If it's proportional, win a bunch of little states and keep it as tight as you can in big states. That's Joe Biden's main objective right now.
Yeah, so someone has to get above 15% besides Sanders to make sure that his delegate count in California is not as much.
The only person polling above 15% is Sanders.
In California.
So
you believe that, Jairus?
The last polls, Biden's not even at 15?
No, Biden's at 15. No, Biden is not at 15.
Back to train up. I don't know if California... Let me just throw this out there. I don't know if California is going to be a sure bet. Look at what's happening tonight. Look at what's going on in Texas. Don't count Joe Biden out. He might get 15% in California.
Now, here's what's boosting, and the exit polls are saying this from all the networks, CNN exit polls, ABC, NBC. His victory in South Carolina really propelled him. And I think there was one poll even from NBC that said over 56% of the people that have decided within the last few days said they went for Joe Biden. He's getting the late breakers, and that's really what's making all these polls that showed it was going to be a blowout for Bernie look completely irrelevant now.
Wait a second. Sanders is going to take Texas. I mean, Sanders is going to take California. There's 415. I mean, that's the number there. 415. Whether he takes all of it or not.
But that doesn't matter to this guy.
415 doesn't matter. But Bernie's also winning Texas right now. And there's 215 delegates to be had there. You need, 1991? And there's 630 delegates just within those two states. I mean, if he loses Texas and California, that's really an uphill battle for Biden.
It's not.
But that's...
you don't think so?
It's not.
I'm very bipolar with this because I keep going back and forth. I agree with both of you. John, you got to get out of the mindset of just a win or a loss, because when the races are proportional, I mean, for instance, you had the case in point in Iowa. In Iowa, Pete technically won, but he walked out with the same number as Bernie. Do you think Bernie considered that a loss? They walked away with the same number of delegates.
So the question again comes to that 15%. Because if Biden's not polling at 15, if he's not getting 15% of the vote, Bernie gets all of it. And as my latest information says, it was just Sanders that was polling above 15%.
This is why California and Texas don't matter at this point in time, because you keep looking at me like,
I can't, because the numbers are so huge.
Let me finish this out. Right now, had Bernie Sanders been walking away with all the states that Joe Biden has collected, this thing would be done. Right now, we'd be having a different conversation. Look, the Democrats are going socialist. Bernie Sanders has won this, and this. Just the mere fact that Joe Biden has placed already as he has makes tonight, hey, listen, it's not the end of his campaign. This thing's going to go on for a while. And then every other state that has yet to vote, is going to look, they're going to look real close, and you're going to start to see the establishment and Democrats really come behind Joe Biden.
So the latest poll from the Data for Progress actually does have some hope for Joe Biden.
What the heck is Data for Progress?
It has Bernie Sanders at 32% of the vote, Joe Biden at 25%, and Elizabeth Warren barely getting viability at 16%.
What's here in California?
Here in California.
Say that one more time.
California. Sanders 32%, Biden 25%, Warren 16%.
If Joe Biden is at 25% in California, he's way beyond 15. He's going to take some California delegates.
Yes.
He just needs to take a couple. This thing's going beyond today.
So I do have another question.
What is that, Johnny?
Warren drops out probably after today.
Nah,
Hey, yes.
You don't think
Johnny?
so?
No. Have you not been hearing the show? I made that prediction I made that prediction before we brought on the Honorable Congressman Nunes. Warren is getting out tonight.
I'll tell you, we got to go back. We'll be right back. Sorry.
We gotta go back. We'll be right back. Hand me that damn chocolate, Johnny.
Well, good, ain't it?
I'm mad at you for bringing it. And here's why John sucks, because he comes in, hey, you look pretty skinny. Here's some chocolate. Thanks, John.
Hey, so someone had said, hey, what are you doing, rocks? One of the comments on Facebook.
To me?
That was in Nevada, remember?
Oh, yeah, drugs.
Hey, when do we run the...
You're running Larry next, because you can't...
I didn't edit it.
Run him next.
Did Bloomberg win a state?
We are awaiting election results.
Who gave you this?
One of the guys at the rescue mission. Because he was eating it, and I was like, man, that looks good. And then the next thing, when I came from my parables class on Wednesday, he had 2 things there for me.
Hey, bro, I don't see interview 1. What did you name that one, bro?
Elder?
Elder?
Elder interview?
I don't see it, bro. Nathan, interview, Zion, bumper, interview.
Elections 2020.
Oh, it's Demera.
So you interviewed everybody but Elder?
We played everybody but Elder, yeah.
Was the Nunes thing live, or was that tape?
Live.
That's cool.
Maybe we can get Elder on it. We got a special treat for you. The Sage of South Central, Larry Elder, joins me here on the line. I'm going to have to do it in the next one. I call you Larry or Mr. Elder? All right. Super Tuesday election coverage right here on the New Talk Radio 680 KGED. John Machico, Jairus Jackson joining me in studio here.
We would like an explanation, by the way.
Explanation for what?
An explanation for why you are so convinced that Elizabeth Warren won't drop out.
I have to second that. I am.
Hey, come on, you actually think she's got any type of reasonableness in her? She's not going to drop out.
But she has no. And she'll have no path after
Why
today.
would she drop out? Why not stay in the race, make Joe Biden call you, and not like she wants to be his VP,
save that campaign money for the next time she's running for something. That's why.
Which will be in 2024. We all know it. Anyhow, John Machico, Jairus Jackson joining us in studio here. We're in for a long night, gentlemen. Let's get a little local here. The city of Fresno is going to be deciding whether we're going to end our mayor race today. Andrew Jans, former Fresno Police Chief Jerry Dyer, Nicholas Wildstar, Bill Gates, businessman.
Stop, because the only people you need to mention is Andrew Jans and Dyer. Don't give these other Momo fools any attention.
Nicholas Wildstar did send out a press release saying that he was polling at 4%. All of a sudden someone's paying attention now.
Okay, so Mr. 8 blunts a day, Nicholas Wildstar, came up with a poll.
Jairus.
That man is always high. Anyone with hair like that is high all the time. I'm not listening to one thing he has to say, and I really don't care.
He's a libertarian.
He's a fool. He's a damn fool.
Let's move on here.
Did you watch his interview?
I was here.
Okay, he was a fool.
I'm going to bring him in studio.
Go ahead.
I'm going to bring him in. We're going to have this conversation together. All right.
Now, there is some breaking news, though. These are two very big stories.
All right, go.
Number one, Mike Bloomberg has won America Samoa. So
they were voting today?
They were. Yes. Now, I don't know who said.
I didn't even know.
I don't know who said let's include America Samoa with Texas and Tennessee and Oklahoma, but they were looped together. And the news that I'm very excited about. The homegirl Tulsi Gabbard has picked up her first delegate, ladies and gentlemen.
Did she really?
Tulsi Gabbard. Why are you laughing?
He's talking about someone that needs to drop out.
Tulsi Gabbard. Stop it. Tulsi Gabbard has won her first delegate. Tulsi Gabbard officially on the delegate board, winning one from America.
And it only took her, what, how many months? A year?
I'm thinking that Tulsi's looking at the age of Bernie and Biden and saying, I should just stick around. You never know.
Tulsi
when you get up in that age, any moment now.
She's saying two-step Bernie and Alzheimer's Biden.
Joe Biden would do well choosing Tulsi Gabbard as his VP.
No, the establishment hates. You think they're losing their mind over Bernie?
I'm just saying.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
That would be brilliant. But
no, and by the way, we shouldn't want that because I could see there's some like your little Wildstar genius. Some libertarian, conservative-minded people that might vote for that ticket. They're going to look at Joe as a moderate, and they're going to look at Tulsi as the closest thing to a libertarian being in the Oval Office, and then they won't vote for Trump. So let's not hope that happens.
Could you imagine the debates? You got Mike Pence there next to Tulsi Gabbard. Who's going to pay attention to what's coming out of Mike's mouth?
I actually woke up laughing. This morning thinking about Biden and Trump on a debate stage, and Trump looking at Biden and go, you know the thing, you know. Just trolling.
All men are created. You know the rest.
I could not stop laughing. I laughed all morning, all afternoon. I thought he was going to break into his Bill Cosby. You know the thing.
That would be one of the. You know the thing with the jello and the pudding and
the jello pudding and the thing.
It would be the most one-sided debate. I mean, really, it would be.
No, with the gaffes and Super Thursday instead of Super Tuesday, and he doesn't know what day it is.
Yeah, that's how the days of the weeks go. Monday, Thursday.
Whoever's VP is, she's going to have to, or he, I'm going to say it's a she.
Yeah, come on. We all know it's going to be a she.
She's going to have to say, Joe, I got it tonight. I'll go on stage. You just rest, and I'll go up against Trump.
Hey, so.
All right, locally, what we got, brother?
Let's get here locally. One of the big congressional, well, there's two big congressional races when you think about it. There's David Valadao, who's trying to reclaim his seat. TJ Cox is having some tax issues.
And how much money are the Democrats pouring into TJ Cox?
Quarter of $1 million, probably. Quarter of $1 million.
$250,000 for the primary, people. For the freaking primary, $250,000. Just to tell you how scared Democrats are about this seat.
So that's what's going to go on. And it's the 21st, right? The 21st Congressional District. Let's hop over to the 16th Congressional District. Jim Costa, sitting incumbent, who has not been knocked out for a long time. I don't think he's ever been knocked out. What am I talking about? He's never been knocked out.
Well, I'm telling you that you don't think the three-way split is going to help us tonight.
No, I don't.
You got the liberal-minded people in a liberal-minded district being split 3 ways. And by the way, that specific voting bloc of very left-wing people, the progressives, the socialists, that's being split between Soria and what's her name? Kimberly Williams.
Yeah.
So
I just think that the 16th. What am I talking? I know that the 16th congressional district has a lot of registered Democrats. A lot.
Yeah.
If they decide to show up, I think it's going to be
But
problematic.
will they decide to show up? Today has been kind of a low-profile election day, I'd argue. I mean,
this is one of those things you're hoping that everybody just thinks that, for instance, Costa's going to win or something, and then
and people are just like, I've seen this movie 1,000 times.
Exactly.
Costa wins. I'm going to stay home, and then it ends up changing. And
Yeah,
you end up getting Cookingham in
we've
there.
seen it. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Let's do some early round picks right here. Top 2, starting with Mr. Moreno for the 16th congressional district.
Well, you're really putting me on the spot, huh?
And you have to answer.
You're really putting me on the spot.
Hey, listen, Ted Cruz, we don't want no filibusters. Give us a straight answer. Top 2. Let's go. Johnny, thinking of yours.
Well, Costa's got to be one, right?
Costa Soria.
Wow.
You knew that. Don't act like that's what I was going to say.
Johnny, what do you think?
I agree with him.
You're both crazy. It's going to be Costa versus Cookingham going into November, without a doubt.
You think Cookingham's going to get
without a doubt.
Okay.
And the only reason
I hope you're right.
The only reason
I think you both hope I'm right. Let's just be
I
clear.
I absolutely hope you're right.
The only reason why I say Costa Soria is because of the voter registration. And if Democrats have shown up, it's going to spell trouble. Here's the other thing you have to look. The other thing you have to look at. Merced and Madera are big conservative counties. Cookingham's going to come in, pretty deep. Fresno's got a lot of votes, man. Fresno's got a lot of Democrat voters. If they overpower the amount of individuals coming out from Merced and Madera counties, it could be just two Dems.
I hope you're right, Jairus. I hope you're right.
Well, Steve Frank was on yesterday says that Costa beat Soria by 20 percentage points, and this is going to be Cookingham and Costa.
Guillermo, would you like another few ounces of Gloaterade?
Oh, please.
Oh, God.
All right, here we go. Let me give people some context here. Guillermo Moreno said from day one that Joe Biden's going to be the candidate. Everybody was looking at me like I was crazy up until last Saturday. Go ahead.
All right,
Jared.
a little
Go
bit
ahead,
more
Jared.
Gloaterade for our fearless leader, Guillermo Moreno. The great state of Tennessee just called for Joe Biden. Woo! Yeah.
I'm telling you the biggest...
And by the way, just if you want a rundown of that so far, boys and girls, Alabama, Joe Biden. North Carolina, Joe Biden. Oklahoma, Joe Biden. Tennessee, Joe Biden. Virginia, Joe Biden. Vermont, Bernie Sanders. And Colorado, Bernie Sanders.
228 delegates at stake in Texas, and Bernie's got a lead.
So hold on. Texas is proportional too, right, Jairus?
All of them are proportional.
Yeah.
So So he's. You could have a scenario where Joe Biden is in the lead tonight.
Man, I walked this morning. I would have said to you, if he takes Texas and California, Biden's cooked. But I am surprised how many states Biden has taken.
Hey, this morning, don't forget Colorado. Sanders won Colorado. Hey, this morning I was like, hey, Joe Biden gets 2 states. He's going to be alive. He's going to be feeling well. He's doing fairly well. The Democrat, never underestimate the Democrat establishment, especially when the Clintons are still alive. People will show up dead.
If the Clintons are alive, don't be surprised if people show up dead.
People are going to show up dead.
And by the way, an update, in Maine, things are very, very close. Joe Biden, 34%. Bernie Sanders, 34%. Elizabeth Warren, 15% in the state of Maine. 26 delegates up.
I was going to say, how many delegates?
26 delegates.
Maine.
26 delegates in Maine?
Anyhow. I heard it's the best place to raise kids, though. That's what I hear about Maine.
Maine?
Yeah.
It's also...
You would have thought that Bernie would have had, because he's from that Vermont
right there.
area.
Yeah,
you would have thought that he'd have more support than that. You were surprised
I
by
thought
that.
Maine would have been a much bigger blowout, and I think everyone was convinced Texas would be much farther ahead for Sanders than it actually has been.
Actually, I was hearing Biden on Texas. Maybe I was misunderstanding. Maybe I heard it wrong.
I'm just surprised Beto O'Rourke still has that much pull in Texas.
He doesn't. Apparently, he doesn't.
Well, okay, Pete does, because Pete went down there. Pete and Beto O'Rourke have pull in Texas.
Well, Pete's kind isn't really respected in the South, so I don't know if I'd say that. No, but his kind of people ain't really respected down here.
But Joe is losing in Texas.
Not by much.
Again, Johnny,
Not by much.
the word.
It's proportional.
You got, Johnny, the P word, okay? That's our favorite word tonight.
All right.
Proportional.
It's in proportion.
Proportional.
All right.
That's going to stop Bernie Sanders. It's going to make Bernie Sanders have a horrible night.
Now, can we just say this? Bernie, if you were running the Republican primary, you'd be doing pretty good because Republican primary, you win by 100 votes. You get all the delegates, but you're proportional, buddy.
Delegates tonight, Gabbard and Warren tied at 1.
One delegate.
Handle it, baby.
Warren,
She's got a chance.
Warren's got to drop out.
She does.
She's got to drop out.
And here's the other thing. Here's why we keep saying Warren has to drop out. Name one state. Name a group of states where Warren is projected to win.
Well, I don't know.
She doesn't. She has nothing. She has nothing.
Well, I didn't know Bloomberg was going to win America Samoa.
Don't mock the beautiful people of
No,
America.
that's how they say
Samoa.
it. They say America Samoa.
Okay, well, do I live there and am I Samoa?
Well, no, that's how they say it.
Okay, see, I hate when people say that.
It's American Samoa.
Like when Mexicans are like, no, this is how you say. Okay, I'm black and I don't live in Mexico, so this is how I'm gonna say it. Same thing there. American Samoa.
Is anybody sending Elizabeth Warren campaign money after tonight? No.
Johnny, maybe.
No.
Even Buttigieg still has more delegates than Elizabeth Warren at this point in time.
Because they're only voting.
Yeah. Hey, we got to get to commercial break in just 3 minutes. I do want to talk about our coverage at 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, I'm going to be hitting the town. We're going to be going to Jerry Dyer.
Can we get a little travel agenda here, buddy? Right. Where are you going to be going?
So we're going to be going to Jerry Dyer's campaign. He's going to be in Fig Garden, so we'll be stopping there. And
what restaurant is he at?
I don't know if I'm allowed to. All right, well, I was going to say I don't know if I'm allowed to give it away. But
we just did.
So
yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll up at the former police chiefs and try to cause some trouble. See how well that goes.
Somebody, so clearly it's out there.
So there we go. And
I could be wrong, folks.
And then after that, I'm going to be heading into downtown Fresno, where Bernie Sanders' campaign headquarters are.
Got your bulletproof vest?
Mike Bloomberg's campaign headquarters are. Andrew Jans and Tyler Maxwell are going to be in Fulton Mall area.
Oh my God! Really?
They're going to be
in Fulton Mall. Really?
They're going to be at the building that I'm in.
They're going to be in Fulton Mall. That's where they're going to be. Yeah. That is sad.
They're going to be in. They're going to be
sad.
What are you talking about? The Fulton Mall? Give me a break.
Fulton Mall.
We're coming up.
Fulton Mall.
We're coming up.
Now listen.
I don't know when.
Now here's the thing.
We'll come up.
Inside your house, beautiful. Outside, come on now.
Anyhow,
there's a reason you hate parking your car on the street.
Anyhow, that's where because it's just not safe.
Exactly.
That's where Andrew Jans and Tyler Maxwell are going to be watching the campaign results. Esmeralda Soria, also in downtown Fresno, will be hitting up her campaign headquarters, and we'll also be heading on over to the Fresno County Clerk to see if there's going to be any issues beyond 8 o'clock.
How about you go talk to your buddy Brandy Orr, see what's going on tonight?
I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be in it.
You sure?
Pretty sure she's going to see me and not want to talk to me.
Are you guys going through a little rough patch?
Just when you send out duplicate ballots, you're going to get under my skin.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Super Tuesday election coverage. John Machiko, Jarris Jackson in studio. Coming up next, Larry Elder, the sage from South Central, is going to be on here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Joe Biden having a fantastic night. Bernie Sanders, I'm sure, will come up in Texas and California. Remember, folks, it's proportional. That's the word you got to remember. We'll be back here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED, all the way on the right end of the AM dial.
Cases and fatalities around the world.
When you need to take it in. Talk.
Of course, we need to talk about the coronavirus.
When you need to let it out.
I appreciate Donald Trump taking on the coronavirus.
Donald Trump saying, don't worry about nothing. Contradicting all the experts that are standing behind him.
You're listening to the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED on the right end of the AM dial.
This is Jim Franklin. My grandfather was a hard-working man. When he would come home for lunch, my grandma would have a home-cooked lunch ready for him. And when I say lunch, I mean lunch. I'm not talking about a few leftovers thrown together. I'm talking about a home-cooked meal prepared just for my grandpa the way he liked it. It was served hot, fresh, quick so he could get back to work. If you think that's just a memory from the past, you're wrong. Those days are not gone, because that's the type of home cooking that you'll find at your local Huckleberry's restaurant. Visit Huckleberry's for great breakfast and lunch meals, reasonably priced. Let me recommend two great locations, Huckleberry's at Bullard and 41 and Huckleberry's at Champlain and Perrin. They have plenty of friendly servers ready to help you get in and out fast if you have limited time, or to serve your every need if you want a long, leisurely meal. That's Huckleberry's at Bullard and 41 or Champlain and Perrin. Don't forget to try their Huckleberry sauce. Tell them I sent you.
Nobody wants to get ripped off, broken into, or robbed, but nobody wants to pay a lot of money to have their home protected either. I've got an offer to tell you about to provide home security for your home for less than $1 a day. For real, with no installation or equipment charges. And this is from a company rated #1 by a leading consumer research company. According to the facts, most of you won't even call unless there's a burglary in your neighborhood or something bad happens. So let's give you a reason. Save money. For less than $1 a day with no other costs, you can get your home secured. Plus, get a lifetime equipment replacement warranty. You need protection for your home. Call the Home Security Hotline right now.
This could be over.
800-218-6710. 800-218-6710.
Sage of South.
218-6710. Again, that's 800-218-6710.
Damn it.
You're in charge of hiring, and Indeed has solutions, like online skills tests, which let a candidate show that they're the right hire.
We got a
Indeed
special
will also
treat.
give you the sticky frog, which will suddenly leap and stick to the face of the perfect hire. Okay, there's no sticky frog. But skills tests, that's a for sure.
See why independent research by Silk Road shows Indeed delivers 3 times more hires than any other job site. Visit Indeed.com/promo today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply.
2020 special election coverage starts now. And now, your hosts Guillermo Moreno and Jarris Jackson.
We got a special treat for you. The Sage of South Central, Larry Elder, joins me here on the line. This is our first time talking. Can I call you Larry or Mr. Elder?
Well, I think Your Highness probably would have. Please, Larry's fine, Guillermo. It's so nice to talk to you. I really do appreciate the opportunity.
No, and we appreciate having you here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Let's just get right into it. Super Thursday. I mean, Super Tuesday.
My name is Larry Elder, and I'm running for Senate. I mean president.
Hey, really quick, what are your general predictions? What's going to happen today?
Well, I think that Bernie Sanders is going to do well, especially here in California, because Joe Biden, as you know, won the South Carolina primary, but his momentum kicked in late. We have early voting here in California, so the likelihood, in my opinion, is that Bernie Sanders is going to do real well, and he could do as well as the following. He is the only one who gets 15% or more of the vote in each of the 53 congressional districts and statewide, and therefore gets all of the delegates, which makes him the presumptive nominee of the Democratic Party, in my opinion.
You think that's why everybody started dropping like flies over the weekend?
Oh, yeah. They've got to consolidate behind a so-called moderate to stop Bernie Sanders. Amy Klobuchar has dropped out. Mayor Pete's dropped out. Beto O'Rourke has now endorsed Biden. I'm sure Obama behind the scenes is encouraging people to endorse Biden. They've got to stop Sanders, and they've got to stop Bloomberg. And by the way, Warren is still in.
Yeah, and you mentioned Beto O'Rourke. He's even got the fake Mexican support here. I mean, but Julian Castro's going for Pocahontas, so she's got the real Mexican. Biden's got the fake Mexican. What do you make about the minority support? Let's start off with we were in Nevada covering the caucuses, and I was talking to first-generation Latinos, and they were out there for Bernie Sanders, and I just couldn't get it. Why are Latinos first-generation voting for Bernie Sanders? They work hard. I don't get it.
I think it's less about them being Latino and more about them being young. Young people have been convinced that there's a free lunch. They've been convinced that rich people did not get their wealth because of hard work, that they somehow exploited the system. A lot of young people buy into that. That's what youth is. Youth is naivete. And everywhere socialism has been tried in a serious way, it has failed. And most people are ignorant about history. History, as far as young people are concerned, is often no more than Tuesday. So that's what we've got right here. But regarding the minority vote in general, the black vote, I think Trump is going to get at least 50%, maybe 100% more than he did in 2016 when he got a little bit under 8%. And regarding the Latino vote, I'm looking at 44, 45%.
Wow.
Surprise, surprise. Hispanics don't like illegal immigration. Hispanics don't like bad schools. Hispanics don't like crime. And Hispanics want to work too. And this is a great economy. Lowest unemployment for blacks in history. Lowest unemployment for Hispanics in history. Lowest unemployment for Asians in history. It's hard to beat that.
Yeah, it is. Larry Elder, you can hear right here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGEG, joins me on the line. Larry, what does Biden have that is wooing black voters? I've been asked this question so many times. Hey, why do so many black voters support Joe Biden? I don't get it.
2 words, Barack Obama. He was his VP for 8 years, and so the assumption is Obama would not have chosen him unless Biden was the guy. And so that's really what it is, pure and simple. And but for the black support, Biden wouldn't be doing nearly as well as he's doing right now. Over 60% or so of the voters in the South Carolina delegation were black, and they all went to Bernie.
What do you think about North Carolina?
They all went to Joe, and the reason is the rest of them are so weak. It isn't that Biden is that good. Klobuchar, Mayor Pete, are you kidding me? These are weak candidates. They've got absolutely no currency with black voters, and so Joe was kind of left there by process of elimination.
Yeah. What do you think about North Carolina? I was reading some articles saying that, hey, South Carolina might not be representative of the Democrat Party, but North Carolina here, if Joe can win in North Carolina, that could be more reflective of a general.
Well, any victory that Joe Biden gets will be exaggerated by the media because they have all united behind Joe Biden to stop Sanders and to stop Bloomberg for the reasons that I just now mentioned. So if Joe does reasonably well anywhere, including North Carolina, they're going to call it a suggestion that Joe Biden is the guy because they are scared to death about Bernie Sanders, and Bernie Sanders supporters are so rabid. If he's not the nominee and they feel that they got ripped off, many of them are going to stay home or, God forbid, vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah, Larry Elder here joining us here. You can hear him right here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Larry, you are a Californian, just like us here. What do you think about voter fraud? And I haven't read many articles on it recently. Why is nobody talking about voter fraud in California, especially on a day like today?
Well, to me, the issue is less voter fraud and more voter ballot harvesting, which apparently is perfectly legal. And that is literally getting somebody to fill out an application even after the election, if you can make the argument that this person somehow was unable to get to the ballot booth. So all of a sudden, election is over. We're finding all of these so-called harvested ballots. That bothers me a lot more, and it appears to be perfectly legal.
Yeah. Hey, Larry, we're all watching the big stuff. We're watching to figure out who's going to win California. What is one race that's not of national contention that you're watching here in California?
I think we ought to watch Texas. The idea is that Beto O'Rourke almost won his race and that Texas is becoming increasingly purple, if not blue. And so I think we should be watching Texas as well.
Texas. And there's a Bush, another Bush out there, right? A grandson?
Is there?
I think so, yeah. There's HW's grandson is running out there. So I'm curious if maybe the establishment or the Republican is going to try to make a comeback. But in California, Larry, who are you looking at down there in L.A.?
Well, again, we're talking about Bernie Sanders out here because he's got a whole bunch of field operations. Biden had virtually none. Biden didn't get hot until just a few days ago, so he's scrambling around to catch up. Again, this is a race that requires you to get 15% statewide and 15% in each of the congressional districts. And if you don't do that, you are wiped out. And so some of these people are still on the ballot. Mayor Pete and Klobuchar are. They're not going to get 15%. Again, it is possible that Bernie Sanders runs the table here in California.
Yeah. I'm going to have on in just a little bit the California Republican Party chair, Jessica Patterson. What do you think the state of the Republican Party is in California?
It's not good. There isn't a single Republican who holds statewide office. There are supermajorities of Democrats in the Senate, supermajorities of Democrats in the Assembly. Republicans in California are an endangered species. I'm not sure what we're going to do now. People need to wake up. California is deeply in debt. It is a sanctuary state. It is a state that encourages illegal aliens to come here. I mean, an illegal alien can come here, get in-state tuition, something that somebody born in Wisconsin who comes to California cannot get. It's absurd. But until and unless people wake up, I can't see the future. I mean, there are more declined state than there are now Republican registered voters.
You think and I've been saying, I'll tell you what I don't think California will ever wake up. I don't think we're ever going to hit that point. Not during my lifetime. What do you think is going to be that tipping point to where everyone in California says, you know what, these Democrat policies aren't for us?
Checks have to start bouncing. We have all these unfunded mandates. We owe a lot of pension money, and one of these days, someone's going to write a check from Sacramento, and it's going to bounce. At that point, only at that point, will people wake up and realize we have to go into a different direction. But as long as they can keep papering over this, borrowing money, using duct tape and all sorts of accounting tricks to say that the state is in a surplus, we're in trouble.
All right, last question here, Larry. Who do you think? Let's just say if Bernie looks like Bernie's on his way. Who do you think his VP is going to be? I've been told, hey, he's got to get a minority and she's got to be a woman.
Yeah, he's got to do those two boxes. I'm hearing things like who's that woman that ran unsuccessfully for governor in Georgia?
Stacey
Abrams. I'm hearing stuff like that. Who the hell knows? It might be Kamala Harris. He's got to check the minority box. He has to check the female box. He's an old guy. I mean, he's 78, looks 98. Just had a heart attack, and he looks like he sleeps in his car. So he's got to have somebody to offset that. And this person might very well likely become the president. Again, if Bernie Sanders were elected, I don't think he will be, but were he to be elected, there's a good chance he wouldn't finish out his first term.
That's scary. Larry Elder joining me here. And what do you? Last question.
But don't worry, Trump is going to prevail.
And Trump
is going to win.
Well, you know what? Here's my last question because we carry Hugh as well here in the morning. Hugh Hewitt wants a showdown between Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. I don't know if I want that showdown. I don't want it to be that close, and I don't think you're going to squash these socialists like roaches. They're going to spring up. They're going to say, "Oh, he couldn't do it because he was an old socialist." Now let's get AOC in here. What do you say about Hugh's theory?
No, I agree with Hugh. I think Bernie Sanders would be the most beatable candidate. I'm not saying he would be easy to beat because of the enthusiasm from young people, including young Latinos you just now mentioned. But I would think Joe Biden would pose a far, far bigger threat than Bernie Sanders. And I think Donald Trump recognizes that. So I would love for this to be a referendum between capitalism and socialism. My money is on capitalism.
No, I agree, but you don't think this isn't going to be the end. I think there's going to be so many in 2024. You're going to have a young socialist. I don't believe this is going to totally just get rid of socialism or at least back it up for a while.
Well, let's have the debate. Let's talk about whether or not government should own the means of production, whether or not government should own health care, whether or not you want to eliminate complete private insurance and private health care. Let's have that debate. I think once people realize the consequences of it, common sense is going to prevail. So I'm not terribly worried. I would love to see Trump versus Bernie Sanders. It would be thoroughly entertaining.
Larry Elder, you can hear him right here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED. Larry, thank you so much for your time, and I hope you're right. I really do. I'm a conservative, and I hopefully we have a great night everywhere else around the nation. I think we kind of know what's going to happen here. We'll be right back here on the New Talk Radio 1680 KGED with our Super Tuesday election coverage.
This is Jim Franklin. My grandfather was a hard-working man. When he would come home for lunch, my grandma would have a home-cooked lunch ready for him. And when I say lunch, I mean lunch. I'm not talking about a few leftovers thrown together. I'm talking about a home-cooked meal prepared just for my grandpa the way he liked it. It was served hot, fresh, quick so he could get back to work. If you think that's just a memory from the past, you're wrong. Those days are not gone, because that's the type of home cooking that you'll find at your local Huckleberry's restaurant. Visit Huckleberry's for great breakfast and lunch meals, reasonably priced. Let me recommend two great locations, Huckleberry's and Huckleberry's at Champlain and Perrin. They have plenty of friendly servers ready to help you get in and out fast if you have limited time, or to serve your every need if you want a long, leisurely meal. That's Huckleberry's at Bullard and 41 or Champlain and Perrin. Don't forget to try their Huckleberry sauce. Tell them I sent you.
We are awaiting election results in a couple of hours. The California Republican Party Chair, Jessica Patterson, joins me on the line, and what an honor it is to have Jessica. Jessica, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you so much for having me, Guillermo. I can't believe it's taken us this long to get this ongoing.
You know what? And I've heard nothing but wonderful things from you from my mom, too. And I'm like, man, what's going on up there? The Latinas are taking over the California Republican Party, which is a good thing because, obviously, my mom's Latina, and you just can't say no to a Latina woman, right?
It's true, but your mom is just the most amazing individual. I am so incredibly happy that she's on our board, and she does such a phenomenal job, not just representing the Central Valley, which is her exact role, but representing Republicans from all around the state and engaging new people. So we're very lucky to have Lisa on our board.
Jessica, I wanted you to badmouth my mom. That way I can go back and say, hey, you believe what Jessica said about you? No, I'm joking. Hey, we'll get right into it because I know we're on limited time. What do you say to all those Debbie Downers, those negative Nancys today that, are really not going to think highly of our party?
You know what? I've been on the job for just a little bit over a year. I celebrated my anniversary last week, and I can tell you, when we came out of November of 2018, it was a dark time for Republicans. It was really, really tough to be a California Republican. But I've been on the road this last year. I've done over 55,000 miles, and I can tell you, Guillermo, the despair and the hopelessness that was there in that darkness in November of 2018, it has been refilled with hope and excitement and just the right amount of people being pissed off. They are ready to work. They're rolling up their sleeves. They're re-registering. They are going out and becoming neighborhood team leaders. They're donating at a greater level than they ever have before. We've got some pumped up Californians that are waking up to what the California Democrats have been serving up, and they're excited. And you're going to see some great, great turnout from our Republicans around the state.
Jessica Patterson, the chairwoman of the California Republican Party. What races is the California Republican Party looking at tonight?
Well, there's quite a few. And, right in the Valley, of course, our number one opportunity for pickup in the state on the congressional side is Congressman David Valadao. And he has just been out there hustling, and there's no one that represents the Valley better than he does. So we'll certainly be watching that race. We have no doubt that he will be getting across the finish line. A couple of other congressional seats that we've endorsed in down in Orange County, we've endorsed Young Kim for Congress, former Assemblywoman in the former Ed Roy seat. And then we've also endorsed Supervisor Michelle Park Steele, who's running in the old Congressman Rohrabacher seat. So we've got a couple more opportunities where we've endorsed, and we're excited about those. On the Assembly side, our best opportunity for pickup is with in the northern part of LA County and part of Ventura County, and that is the 38th Assembly District. It was formerly held by Assemblyman Dante Acosta, who was a Republican 11 months ago. With the switch in some of these races and the current Assembly member running for Congress, we've got a great candidate there. Her name's Suzette Martinez Valaderes, and we have endorsed her, so we'll be watching that race very closely. So a lot of good opportunities. In the northern part of the Central Valley, we've got a Senate seat that we have an opportunity to pick up. We've endorsed in that seat as well. Jesus Andrade is our candidate in that district, in Senate District 5. So we'll be watching that one closely as well.
Jessica Patterson, the chairwoman of the California Republican Party, on the line. Last question here. There's a lot of Latinos in California. What are you hearing from Latinos? Maybe we have a lot of Democrats, Democrat Latino voters switching party preferences. What can you tell us on the ground?
Yeah, I can tell you that, we work very closely with organizations like Grow Elect that focus on getting Latinos elected that are Republicans. And we've tried really hard at the California Republican Party at the state level to make sure that the message is getting down to the ground. I think that's something that we failed at in the past. I go up to Sacramento once a week. It's about all I can handle. And they talk in a different language up there. They talk in bill numbers and, authors and co-authors. And when you go down to, Calabasas or Costa Mesa, they have no idea what AB5 is and how it's going to affect everything from the dirt that they haul off of their front yard project to the next Uber or Lyft that they get into. So making sure that our individuals that are in these communities already, that are leaders in these communities, have the tools and resources to deliver the message of what Democrats have done to our state and what Republicans are offering instead is incredibly important. So we're very focused on that, and we are going to be making sure that they have the tools and resources so that we can engage. I don't believe that members of these communities are voting for Democrats because Democrats have helped them to live their best life. Yeah. In fact, every single benchmark and milestone would say the exact opposite. What I do believe is that Democrats have shown up and Democrats have made them feel like they care about their problems. So as Republicans, we're trying to do a better job of showing up and showing them what our solutions would be. Because at the end of the day, people have real problems they want solutions to, and we have to offer that as Republicans.
That's right. Jessica Patterson, thank you so much for your time. The chairwoman of the California Republican Party there. Oh, got a little hiccup there. The California Republican Party chairwoman, Jessica Patterson. We appreciate her time there. Jairus Jackson, John Machiko in studio here with me. You guys are like glued to CNN.
I'm not glued to CNN. We're just interested in the results that are coming in. By the way, one of the big prizes, or the second biggest prizes, to the former Golden State of California, Texas. Is Texas trying to emulate California with counting its votes very, very slow? We're not even at 10% in, and it currently stands at 28% Bernie Sanders.
They're like an hour or two ahead of us.
23% Joe Biden.
Well, with that,
a very close race.
That's the Democrat establishment trying to stack it so that Bernie Sanders does not win.
Here we go.
All right, we don't have enough time. Jairus, you're going to do that in the next hour. We're going to go through some campaign mailers, which are a lot of those have nothing compared to Alonzo in District 4. Have you seen those?
No.
Woo! You'd be getting excited. You're listening to Super Tuesday election coverage, unmatched Super Tuesday election coverage. I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to go off to the campaign.
Be safe.
I will be safe.
You want to know why he's leaving? Because Soria has vegan food at her party. That's why he's leaving.
I will be at first. We're going to go to former Fresno Police Chief Jerry Dyer's election party. Then we're going to go to Joe Biden's. What am I talking? Look at that. I'm getting like Joe, but Bernie Sanders, Mike Bloomberg, Esmeralda Soria, Andrew Jans. We're going to be all about John Machiko, Jairus Jackson are going to take it over from here.
on a basketball court at a recreation center, many wearing white and blue Biden t-shirts. The Biden campaign getting the news of the results coming in so far. They seem to like what they're hearing, but still some big states to come tonight.
Senator Bernie Sanders projected to win primaries in Colorado and Vermont. Michael Bloomberg taking the Democratic caucus in American Samoa. And ABC News projecting that President Trump will win Republican primaries in at least 7 states tonight. The president heading to Tennessee on Friday to see what tornadoes did to the Nashville area. At least 24 people are dead. 9 deaths in the U.S. are blamed on coronavirus, all of them in Washington state. The Fed sliced interest rates today, 0.5%, an emergency rate cut on fears about the virus. The Dow fell almost 800 points in reaction to the move from the Fed. You're listening to ABC News.
If you're one of the millions of Americans who owes back taxes, if you get nervous when the mail comes because you might get a letter from the IRS, then you've heard. Their enforcement agents are cracking down this year and can garnish your paycheck, levy your bank accounts. Even your home or business could be at risk over unpaid taxes. It's all true, but it's also true there's a way out. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative, an important government program for tax debt assistance. The award-winning experts at Optima Tax Relief will fight to get you the best deal possible, protecting your paycheck and your assets from IRS collections. But don't delay, because the IRS is tacking on interest and hefty penalties every single day. So don't wait until it's too late. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
President Trump making history days after his administration signed a deal with the Taliban. He spoke with its co-founder and senior leader in a call, the first known conversation between an American president and the militant group.
We had a very good conversation with the leader of the Taliban today, and they're looking to get this ended, and we're looking to get it ended. I think we all have a very common interest. We'll find out about the country itself, but the country really has to get it ended. We've been there for 20 years.
The White House hasn't provided a readout of the call. Amazon taking action against those price gouging on coronavirus fears.
Online retail giant Amazon pulling more than 1 million products for making misleading claims or gouging prices amid the novel coronavirus outbreak. The move coming after numerous media reports that the cost of face masks and hand sanitizers from third-party merchants was skyrocketing on the platform. Facebook announced it's banning ads on its platform that guarantee a cure, create a sense of urgency, or otherwise cash in on the COVID-19 outbreak. Monday, a group of bipartisan lawmakers proposing a bill that would hold e-commerce platforms accountable for counterfeit goods sold on their sites. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Peter Pan Bus Line says it's going to continue to allow federal immigration officials on its buses to conduct routine checks for immigrants in the country illegally. The company says it could help stem human trafficking. This is ABC News.
Credit Karma can help you make financial progress by giving you free scores, reports, and monitoring. But Credit Karma does not give you the love that only a mother can. It's just an app.
I miss my mom.
But you can use Credit Karma to help you improve your credit. But it cannot solve the eternal questions surrounding the human condition.
Oh, come on, I need answers.
But signing up is free. No credit card needed. Just download the Credit Karma app now.
Oh, there's my answer.
Credit Karma. Here's to progress.
Daria Albinger, ABC News.
Super.
It is all
freaking
the Democrats
Tuesday.
are concerned about.
2020.
14 states will vote on Super Tuesday.
Oh.
Definitely.
It's on.
Super Tuesday.
Live Super Tuesday coverage.
On March 3rd.
All Super Tuesday long.
Very much looking forward to Super Tuesday.
The new talk radio.
Is it more important? And if so, why?
1680 KGED. On the right end of the AM dial.
Let me talk to farmers and ranchers. As you know, you face ongoing challenges each season. Government mandates and regulations, availability and cost of labor, rising operation costs, and you've got a crop in the field that you need to get harvested. Let me introduce you to AMB Labor Services. AMB can help you in your farm, ranch, and processing labor needs. AMB Labor provides labor for better efficiency. They provide their clients with qualified, trained personnel, and safety is key. They guarantee that you are within compliance. They provide supervisors with years of experience. AMB gives you worry-free agricultural labor services. For the sake of your bottom line and your peace of mind, I encourage you to contact AMB Labor Services. Their telephone number is 559-674-5400. That's 674-5400. AMB Labor, the labor you keep.
Election night in America, sexy Americans, better than Christmas, better than Hanukkah, better than Kwanzaa. What do the Muslims do? What do they do? Ramadan. Thank you so much. You know that very quickly. Better than Christmas, Hanukkah, Judaism, Ramadan. It's election night in America, ladies and gentlemen, and we're actually going to throw it out. We're going to see how much of this we can take, Johnny. Again, we're going to try to be open-minded, but if we have to interrupt every now and then to set the damn record straight, we're going to have to set the record straight.
Right.
Throwing it out to the communist himself, the Castro fantasizer himself, if we could call him that, and I think we rightfully could.
Yes, we can.
Yes, live from Vermont, Bernie Sanders. Let's hear what I have to say!
And we are going to defeat the most dangerous president in the history of this country. We are going to win. We are going to defeat Trump because we are putting together an unprecedented grassroots, multi-generational, multiracial movement. It is a movement which speaks to the working families of this country who are sick and tired of working longer hours for low wages and seeing all new income and wealth going to the top 1%. It is a movement which says the United States will have health care for all as a human right. It is a movement that says we will bring major reforms in education, making sure that all of our kids can go to college without coming out in debt. Now, what makes this movement unique is we are taking on the corporate establishment. We are taking on the greed of Wall Street, the greed of the drug companies who charge us the highest prices in the world, the greed of the insurance companies, and given the existential crisis of climate change, we are saying to the fossil fuel industry, we are saying to the fossil fuel industry, their short-term profits are not more important than the future of our country and the world. But we are not only taking on the corporate establishment, we're taking on the political establishment. But we're going to win because the people understand it is our campaign, our movement, which is best positioned to defeat Trump.
Now, by the way, just to stop the madness just a little bit, for Bernie to go on shut up, you communist. For him to go out there and say that his campaign is best suited to fit Trump, that is not what the exit polls are saying.
At all.
That's what Bernie believes, but the actual Democrats in Tennessee and the Democrats in Texas, they don't feel that Bernie is the best to beat Trump. When you ask the simple question, who is best suited to beat Trump, Biden wins by double digits.
I think the DNC is making it very clear that they don't really consider him a Democrat.
What do you mean? Of course they don't consider him a Democrat.
No.
He's an independent.
No, but he runs as a Democrat.
Well, we don't really care what he runs.
But the DNC, that's their problem.
Yeah.
So, what I've said is they may want to throw him out there as a sacrificial lamb if they really don't think that they have a chance of winning.
Explain this theory to people.
Okay.
Because you said this before.
Right. So
I'd rather listen to this than...
The idea is this. Let's say that the numbers say, look, Trump is probably going to blow these people out the water. Why would you not have Bernie